Welcome back, everyone, to the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition.
This is really a great mix of a lot of talented players.
More of the players that we saw here who are on the come up. This is just the beginning of a long road to get into the regional finals, and my expectations that there are strong players all over the place has been confirmed. The players who show up to offline events are just a subset of the players who are strong.
There's Sonic Fox, Ninja Killa, Dragon, Kombat, Gur, Hayate. Honestly, like, you could really just go on.
But then you also have a ton of like really good players that you don't really see.
Han Rashid's really good. He's always been really good. He's even beaten me offline before.
He's obviously not a new player, but he's been stepping it up big time.
He's now chip territory at the wave dash. The movement out of Han Rashid.
We have a lot of talent that haven't gotten the exposure to get their name out there, I feel. Names like Titanium Tigers
and the mighty Unjust. Both of them have been primarily online players, and Unjust has been killing it in probably the toughest region, NA East, probably the most jam-packed with strong players.
There's just so many ridiculous players. Kerbo, obviously.
Consistently been a top-level player.
Definitely like the big boys like Wise Gemini. They only do get better. It's scary to like have them in the bracket.
Don't sleep on the West. I get a little tilted when everybody just keeps sleeping on the West like we're free.
I just feel like we're underrated as a region.
East is stronger just because their player base is bigger. But I bet you half of the people who make top 8 in that East, they wouldn't even win the West either.
NA East is hands down the best, and I don't think anyone can even argue that. I don't even think it is an argument.
I mean, it's stacked. It's absolutely stacked.
Not all of the top players are entering every single event. But even without them, I still feel like there's just so many ridiculously good players.
They know how to adapt, and they get better pretty much like the next time you play it.
Yeah, Customs has changed a lot about the game. I feel like a lot of characters got buffed.
It made every character a little bit stronger.
It kind of brings like that random factor, like, do I know everything about this character? Do I know all the moves?
It's a good addition, I feel, overall, because it does give people more options.
People kind of make their own variations and kind of do their own thing.
I think they have changed the game to the extent of how much.
I think the meta changes are still underexplored. They're more focused on maintaining certain characters rather than being a little bit more experimental. I just think it's a matter of time until that happens. It's never been easier to see other good players in places all over the world.
There's a lot more people pushing out content, and it really saves me from boredom because I really like to see high-level gameplay.
I really love competing, and that's kind of just like what I'm all about. So the fact that these guys kind of give opportunities to the community to compete, you know, I try to join as much as I can.
I can't slack anymore.
Usually there are these barriers of geography and resources to being able to compete well. And now that's not relevant anymore because we're all online playing the same game.
Shout outs to all the people who play the game, watch the game, give it love, give it support.
All these people who are still trying to make efforts to showcase MK11.
And all of the many, many weekly community events.
It's always a lot of fun to be streaming these live.
We have to get better together, and they help me get better, and I help them get better. Shout outs to everyone, honestly.
And a very good evening to you, and welcome back to the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition stop here at the North American League. We have yet another super stacked bracket, as 8 gentlemen are playing for a lot of points and a lot of money at the end of the season to play for $10,000. I'm Itzo Owens, joined today by Ultra David.
Look, I'm stoked to be here. This is an extremely interesting weekend for MK11. Dude, the matches that we have today are going to be killer. We have a lot of extremely strong players. Look, NA East is probably the strongest region in the world. So each week, we just have amazing matches. And we have awesome storylines, too. Some that I am very excited for. But in any case, all of these players here are going to be extremely strong. You know, they're all trying to get into the top 16 at the end of the season, at the end of week 8. We're now in week 5. We're halfway through, like we were just talking about in that video. So a good chunk has already gone by, which means that these last remaining 4 weeks, including this one, extremely important for getting the points that these players need. Some of them are currently outside of where they need to be. Some of them are pretty deep inside, but even still, they're going to want to get those points so that they can shore up where they are, so that they get better seeding. There's still a lot that these players are going to be playing for.
It's technically the mid-season, right, when it comes to the North American League, and there is so many points still up for grabs, especially with so many people not entering when it comes to that. Some people don't like to, what's the word called? Gatekeep. There it is. They don't want to gatekeep and just not entering anymore. So even more way to make points, and this is going to be a very, very interesting week. That is for sure, David.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the ways you can get involved is on PlayStation, of course. Shout outs to PlayStation for doing everything that they do for us. They, of course, have the compete.playstation.com competition center where you can go and sign in with your PSN ID to easily see a list of available tournaments to sign up for on the PS4. Weekly competitions for all skill levels. You can play against your friends. You can play against your rivals. You can get unique rewards. I highly recommend that you check it out. Of course, the Pro Competition is presented by PS4 Tournaments. Here's a look at the bracket today, and you'll get a little look at what we were talking about with some of these interesting matchups. So I'm Big Daddy G, starts up at the top against Kerbolicious. We have Biohazard versus Hijinx. We have K7 Show Off versus Pulse. And then we got Tweety versus Perfect Legend to round it out in the loser's side. Talk to me a little bit about what you're expecting from these players and from these matchups.
I mean, is it fair to say that we are most excited for the last match of losers, round 1? I think it's a dead giveaway, isn't it?
I think that may be true, and we'll talk more about why, but give me a brief rundown on why that is.
There is so much story, there is so much history behind those two, and we don't even need to dig back to like MKX Injustice 2 days. Let's just talk about MK11 when we get to that match. It's going to be juicy. I want everyone tweeting about it. I want the viewers to spike when it comes to that set. It's going to be very interesting. But now, for a little appetizer, let's go ahead and check the round 1, which is going to be I'm Big Daddy versus Kerbolicious.
Yeah, they're already getting into it. So Big Daddy, who's going to be playing Sonya, he wants you to know. He says, I'm just excited to be here, and I'm going to try to show people that it's possible for Sonya to make top 8s. You just got to work hard. You can check him out at I'm Big Daddy G on all the social media. As far as Kerbolicious goes, he says, I don't know. I'm just trying to get better right now. What a humble guy. This is somebody who's currently 9th overall in points, 2nd place in week 3, 7th place in week number 2, and he's looking good. And I was about to say to expect Cabal, but actually it's going to be Liu Kang.
Huh.
I heard you wish to fight.
Show me this chosen one business.
Frankly, it embarrasses me.
Round 1.
So I'm Big Daddy G says, I'm feeling confident about my matchup. Me and Kerbo have played a lot, so there's not going to be any unfamiliarity here. And in seeing the character pick now that Kerbo has, I think this must be in response to that. You know, if they've played a lot, he's going to bring in the character that he's had the most success in when they've played.
Yeah, so maybe there is some sort of unfamiliarity. Not going with his main, Cabal.
Definitely cool to see Sonya up here for sure. Not a character we see too often anymore. If you were to wind back the clock a couple of years, you would say, what? What do you mean? But that's true, and it's been a while as well.
It's fitting with the stage as well.
That's right, yeah, we're turning back the clock a little bit here. Okay, bring it in. Mix-up gets the grab. So far, I love this space control that we're seeing out of Big Daddy. Yeah, just real comfortable, controlled, really interesting, important spots on screen. And versus Liu Kang, that's not necessarily easy to do. Character has his own great fireball, own great button.
Oh, we'll see that later down the set for sure. Getting a grab, delayed grab. First in the position. He's gonna do it with the entirety of the string.
Okay, this is where she is super dangerous. Okay, backs off actually. Wow, what a whip punish, but only into the knockdown.
Confirm he's getting a lot of individual hits here, Kerbolicious. Daddy taking his turn.
Lovely, that was such a good timing for the buttons there from Kerbolicious. He gets pressure now with no defensive bar.
Out of there!
Okay. Yo! That's what I'm talking about.
Punish. Really spending it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So a lot of that was these individual hits like you were talking about. That really did add up. And then, of course, to cash out for the 310 at the end was a great call.
A little bit of a shimmy. Not only predicting a grab there. Wake up jump into bicycle kick. OS coming through for sure.
They've both been so cautious against each other. Both of them have gotten into the corner and then just blocked. Like looking for flawless blocks maybe. They're definitely making reads that are cautious reads.
These aren't trades Kerbalicious can take for much longer.
Look at the patience, the caution there for Daddy. Walk it off. It's so good. That was a trick.
What was that?
Yo!
Wow! The down one. Under the flying kick. Interesting tech. I'm Big Daddy, striking first. This is game 1.
How about that space control? That was gorgeous stuff. Again, a lot of it was pretty patient, and even up close, neither one was really taking risks. In fact, if anything, they were backing off a little bit, right? They were moving away. They were blocking when it came to be their turn to pressure. You can tell this is definitely a pair of players who have played a lot, who knows what each other is capable of.
It was definitely a different approach when it comes to Sonya gameplay. Usually more zoning, but he was really mixing it up with the zoning, with the pressure right in his face. But yeah, usually very cautious. But here it is, man. Going back to his true main.
Yeah, yeah, of course, and he's got one of the best cabals. So, makes sense to me. But I guess, look, it's first 3, you got a little bit of time here.
Well, sure, winners as well. So.
That's true.
1-0. Our Big Daddy is currently up. Kerbalicious with the cabal. Air slide gas.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
there it is. Not even 2 seconds in.
Well, that's the character, right? You want to be navigating around, especially on top of all of these rings that are going to be tossing out. Or maybe won't be tossing out, I guess we'll see how they play.
Late breakaway.
Yeah, you can see the caution, right? Not just throwing out as many rings as before.
He's getting so much mileage out of that string, man.
Well, getting a lot of mileage is something. Oh no, I was about to talk him up, and then the air came from Kerbalicious. But still, already a lot of damage.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Man, I don't know about the breakaway. It's still 30%. Don't get hit. Don't get hit.
Look at the caution.
Patience.
On both ends.
What's it gonna be? Fatal blow?
Yeah, you can't do anything that's reactable right now. Yo, and coming in all of a sudden, I don't think there's been too many approaches with that. It's been mostly the other normals that Big Daddy's G's been wanting to use, or just rings and staying away.
A bit too late. Whiff punish.
Yo.
Oh, a clean hit as well. How fortunate for I'm Big Daddy G.
Big Daddy. Oh, yo, tried it out. Yes, it worked. Sometimes you gotta shoot for the moon.
No man. Very even round so far. Patience.
Yeah, I'll say there's very few buttons coming out of Big Daddy. It's really just him playing patiently. Try to get underneath. No.
Not gonna work. Side switch as well. Very good ending for Kerbalicious. Win a piece.
But maybe a little bit too much patience from Big Daddy's allowed Kerbalicious to move forward pretty well. I'm sure that's difficult to stop versus that.
Ooh, I don't know about the breakaway.
Right.
Trying to headshot him in air. Too high.
Oh, it's
good.
And no cancel.
Didn't believe, maybe didn't find it.
Yes, the confirm comes. Kerbalicious gonna get the corner. And he's a big threat here. Trying to keep it up. Not too far. Oh, these individual hits here.
This is very intense, man. What's it gonna be? Gets a grab. Not so respectful this time.
That Fatal Bowl's on deck though, again. So many options. No, on reaction. Keep it in safe.
1%.
Punish!
And the grab is whiffed. Yes, there with the punish. I'm Big Daddy G came to play here.
Really came down to the end on that. I really like how Big Daddy's playing, dude. The defense, the patience, how much blocking we're seeing at the same time, making these calls for when he expects Kerbo to approach in the sky. Watching how that played out, I can understand why Kerbo didn't want to bring in this character at the beginning, because she does have air rigs, because she does have the anti-air special. She can control those things better than some characters can, right? I don't want to overplay that, but better than some characters can. And that was a big factor in why Big Daddy G ended up taking it. Okay, though, Kerbo's going to go back to the character that he is best known for, that he's had the most success with, Kabal. Big Daddy G, has not made a top 8 yet in one of these.
I was gonna say, he's one of the lowest ranked players in this entire bracket.
He's currently 23rd. Yeah,
with
but
60 points.
Already this weekend, he beat Saki Sakura, he beat Hayate, he beat Honeybee. So this man's already got quite a body count moving into this top 8.
Honeybee for top 8 winners.
Jumping backwards, wants to just stay away, but then these extended periods of blocking it and turning it into his own offense, costing those defensive bars on Kerbo's side. Yahoo! What a call out!
When do you ever see that crushing blow?
Ooh, finally!
Big
That's
whip.
happened so rarely, and this is actually the first punish KV we've seen.
No break. I don't know about that. Maybe no fatal blow on that. It's needed here, I think. If it doesn't drop it, yeah, good. Solid 30%. Smart choice, not spinning that fatal blow. Saving it for a rainy day, perhaps. Kerbolicious. Clean jump and breakaway coming through.
Taking a bunch of turns here as I'm Big Daddy G. Yo, the duck as well!
Oh, I saw that. Don't you ever think I didn't see that.
And getting the super long delay on that was hilarious.
Oh, hold on a minute. Vicious him out of the air. What is that all about, man? Taking his turn, I think, or stealing his turn, rather. I'm Big Daddy G. He's on match point.
Very strong match point. Okay, finally a chance for Kerbolicious. Right. Is he gonna cross the 400? Yes. And you can absolutely see why, why there's patience, right? You don't want to get hit by that stuff.
There it is again.
Sick.
30%, man. And 2 bars. Gone just like that. Big Daddy G knocking on the door here.
Still a lot of patience, just waiting until Kerbo's turns end. Yep. Kerbo stealing some turns in here.
Squeezing it down 1 in there. Can he stay alive? Can Kerbo stay alive?
Well, the question is, how's Big Daddy G gonna make this comeback? First situation where he needs to make a significant comeback down in life. Sonya is not gonna typically deal as much damage, and that's gonna be a little tougher. Although with Fatal Blow, that could be different. Scheming for back 1, you can see the range he's trying to get into.
Yeah, he's trying to. He needs to. Those energy rings are deceivingly fast.
Oh, yeah. Look at the time, though, now.
Even
17
at this
seconds
point,
on the clock.
yeah.
And maybe try to last second. Flawless block.
Probably, yeah. Probably.
Just cut down on the chip damage he was taking, but missed it slightly, and that's going to be 1 game for Kerbolicious.
So defending a match point is Kerbolicious. Staying alive in this set. Down 1-2. Let's see what the answer is from I'm Big Daddy G.
I think there's just been a lot of great stuff, and I don't know that there needs to be a significant playstyle change. I feel like if he doesn't get hit by just a couple of things. If he blocks one or two other times, if he ducks a couple other situations, I think he would have been fine, right? So I don't know that there needs to be a big change. Just hope he guesses right in some of the situations where it didn't happen this last game. But I love how conservative he plays. I think that really makes sense for a character like this. Doesn't have, I mean, major approach, back one is a high, right? Classically a problem for this character. Doesn't have typically high damage other than that if you're not in the corner in certain situations. So there are some limitations here, and I think it makes total sense to be playing this kind of conservative style.
The trip guard. Here it is again, man. Breakaway? Yeah, I don't know about the breakaway, David. It's 3 for 3. I mean, you're eating 3% already.
I mean, there's not a lot of big damage combos that you're going to be too concerned about, right? I don't know. I think it's not unreasonable. Kerbo on the threshold of getting that fatal blow. Okay, well, that's one way to do it.
2 for 2 out of those. Raw no man dash. Dunked him.
And then when it... Oh, the duck, but no!
It was there. No confirmed, though. Stealing his turn. Oh, no! Did he want that? Did he want that to happen?
I'm not sure, but in any case, he's still got the life lead. He's still got the corner.
Does he wake up? Wake up on 2. What's it gonna be? Dash and fatal blow?
He tried backwards.
Oh! The wake up button! I'm Big Daddy G! Swinging for the fences.
For somebody who's been playing as cautiously as he has, blocking so much, that block button has had a workout in this set. To wake up with buttons right there, amazing decision. You can tell Kerbo was not looking for it.
I'm Big Daddy G. Another match point.
Ooh, no Lanzy's punish, not quite there. There's that big stretch of the screen, I would say a good half to 1/3 where he looks comfortable, but not there as air gas gets Kerbo in. Jump, then to nothing.
Wow. Don't you dare to press a button.
So both of them end up taking rounds by stealing a turn, and that's obviously a huge part of the game, but as a result, we have match point again for Big Daddy G. Kerbo's still fighting.
Big Daddy G. Report. There it is. Escape failed. Wow, he was ready for it.
I love the throw out of the corner. Oh!
Low.
Oh, yep.
Gets the cancel.
Absolutely break there.
So
Pressuring with Sonya in the corner. He's about to build that next bar. Monkey whip. Kerbo's back in there. There is defensive bar here.
it's gonna be.
I didn't want to risk it.
Oh, and this is going to come, and that is just unfortunate, man. Standing up that last frame. But either way, it was looking very grim, especially with no fatal blow available. Makes that comeback even harder. So just like that, it's 2 apiece. Kerbolicious looking for that reverse 3-0.
Super smart combo choice from Kerbolicious towards the end of that thing. Obviously just ending with the armor breaker just in case there was a breakaway. I really like that. And then backing off. So both of these players have shown that they're happy to back off, right? We saw that in the first game when there was Lou versus Sonya. For Kerbolicious Cabal, other than that, it hasn't been super patient, right? The name of the game definitely is to get in versus Sonya. That's what he largely wants to do. But we did see twice so far in situations where he has the round, where he has the life advantage. He's willing to back off, right? Cut the combo short, move away. It ends up working out again. So like you said, could be a reverse 3-0. And you got to think back as well. First game he lost was not with this character. It was with the Lou. He put himself behind.
So Kerbolicious had to defend some multiple match points. Looking to find some for his own. 2 apiece in our semifinals.
starting off much as the rest of them have. Oh, well, would have been a tough. Yeah, it would have been hard to do.
Was there.
Ooh.
Screen.
Maybe it is a more offensive take here from Big Daddy. Look how he's jumping.
It looks like it.
Yeah, right. It's a complete different change of pace.
This is more the game 1, game 2 I'm Big Daddy G. Changing it up a bit. Not just walking back. Very even round. What's it gonna be? Double fatal blow is in play.
Oh, they're so patient. Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my god.
the
You know what?
respect.
And the low dash. There it is. Beautiful. Didn't even have to spend fatal blow. It's match point again. I think this is the 3rd match point for Big Daddy G.
At least. Needs one more. Kerbalicious. Does he have to stay in the set? Ooh. So dangerous, man.
Hoping to catch some movement there on the delayed in. Goes in. Blocking it out, as we've often seen, is Big Daddy G.
The last hit. The 1-1-1. There it is! Swinging for the fences.
Yo, he is active after this.
Now once. Getting their mark. The throw. The low. Gets the cancel.
And the low again!
Another one. And I think that is it, David. Not gonna miss the combo. I'm Big Daddy G finally confirming the match points. Putting Kerbalicious into the losers bracket. What a set to start things off.
Yeah, it's a really great set to watch. There was a lot of great space control, a lot of great footsies, a lot of great defense, I think, on both sides. But then there was also a lot of really interesting stolen turns that you saw.
Yeah.
Really cool to see at the end. Sonya has you in the corner, right? Back one into mix up. And at the end, Kerbo probably just looking to overhead block rather than 2 lows in a row. And something as simple as that is what ended up taking it for him, for Big Daddy G. Getting into, again, first top 8 in the MKPK for this season. Getting into winners finals and doing it.
So I think technically he should be, just from this week, getting more points that he got out of the entirety of the season, the 4 weeks before that. I'm Big Daddy G is looking good. And who knows how many points he could get. Whoever, you know, however high he might be ending. But that was very good stuff. It was only game 1, man. It was only game 1 here at the NA East week number 5.
Absolutely right.
But when it comes to the entirety of the tour, once again, this is the mid-season technically. We have multiple regions, we have a lot of points on the line, and we have a lot of money on the line as well. 8 qualifiers, weeks per region, top 8 players in point standing for each sub-region. Make that sub-region's final. We are technically looking at 350 points for the winner, 260 for second place, and 230 respectively for the third finisher. But it's a bit special when it comes to the North American League. $10,000 are on the line when it comes to the sub-region. So NA East will be playing for $10,000, as well as NA West as well for $10,000. And there is still so many points on the line. So if you are seeing this, make sure to register and get those ever so sweet points to make it to the regional final, to play for a lot of money, for a lot of fame, and for all the esports goodness.
So let's go check out the bracket again, just to remind you what we have going on. We have BC Biohazard versus Tff Hijinx coming up next. This is a super good match. These two players, Biohazard is currently 6th overall in points. He got 5th place in week number 2. He got 5th place in week number 3. And one of those was him barely losing. Honestly, kind of dying, kind of anti-clutch ending for him. I believe it was versus Kombat, if I recall correctly, to get into winners finals. It didn't work, and he ended up losing after that. So this is somebody who, of course, has been very strong for a very long time. But, you know, his results have already been good at 6th overall, and yet they're even maybe better than that. And you got Hijinx on the other side, currently 4th overall in points. 3rd the last 2 weeks in a row, week number 4 and week number 3, you got 3rd place. As far as his thoughts on the matches, he says, doesn't really matter what the path is, a winner always comes out on top. And for Biohazard, he just says, yeah, I'm going to play Kano, and this should be an explosive match.
With Jackie, it should be. That is for sure. Biohazards putting Perfect Legends into the losers brackets, qualifying for top 8 that way. Hijinx with a win over Deadly Rebel to qualify for top 8. It's going to be the 6 seeds in Biohazard versus Hijinx, the 4th seed of the NA East bracket. Which will be a very interesting set. Jackie versus Kano.
You couldn't just stay dead?
I ain't so easy to snuff out, baby Briggs.
Then you won't mind me trying.
Round 1, fight.
Yeah, again, 2 players who've already had a lot of success in this MKPK. Yo, out of the sky. He spits you out of the air. Ugh. Gross. Real safety first defense here from Biohazard. And by the way, I love that he's been using back 1 a lot more as just a way to maintain, or to build space, I should say. Right? Puts him backwards, and sometimes he wants that.
Ooh, came right through from downtown, man. Cactus. Great awareness, actually, especially in this stage. That's the threat, man. That's the risk.
Yeah, that fantastic up 2 is a huge feature in this. Oh, okay, I like the keep up. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I could be scaling quite a bit. I'm not sure, actually.
It was a good pickup into probably not as much damage.
Oh wow, it's actually very good, man. Does he put
Get the goop out? Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, he can't be that. Yeah.
Wow.
If he had actually walked forward and blocked it, that would have been better, but he just wasn't quite there.
Round 2, fight.
He confirmed, yes. Doesn't have to follow up normal.
Flawless look, man. Don't you dare to jump on Biohazard, man. Not in your favor.
Ooh.
Wow, sucked him right in.
Oh no! Really?
Oh, he fished for that flawless block.
Right? What a genius! That was
fantastic
so
stuff from Hijinx.
Yes, hit confirm comes. Doesn't have the defensive bar. Yeah, okay. Snake by plus command grab. That is a threat right there.
Fight.
Forget about it. Wow, Biohazard, I think, was looking for that air-to-air.
Woo!
Almost broken.
Fiver says you die.
It's fine as well.
Ooh, I just didn't expect
This is so wild.
Trying to duck. Oh, didn't expect that. Good damage even before launch. Biohazard, no. And he saved the defensive bar for the wake up. I love it. He did not do the breakaway. Instead, with wake up 2, he's gonna get the life lead for himself. Not by much, but it's there.
Oh, what's it gonna be, Dave?
Oh, she doesn't have the defensive bar to get over. Okay, it's there now. Ah! Oh, not anymore! Not anymore! Does not have bar. Yo, the timing of that knife in the sky from Biohazard to catch her falling down onto it. The classic Mike Watson fireball anti-air from Biohazard takes game number 1.
The wake up 2, man.
Right? Saving that defensive bar. Look, you take a lot of damage before even the breakaway chance comes in that combo, right? From Jackie. But she still has significant damage afterwards. So you do often see people break away. He didn't. And then Hijinx just did not expect the wake up 2 to come out.
Evidently the right choice. Hijinx sticking with Jackie and not sure about the variation. You can see that in just a teeny bit.
I feel like I haven't seen him play anybody else or any other variation.
It looks like a different skin though.
What do we got here? Grenade launcher, bionic bounce, enhanced air. I think that's the same.
Yeah. Maybe just a different skin.
It's a good character, no doubt about that.
Can't say that again. No punish. Wow, pressing a lot of buttons is Biohazard here.
Yeah, and he was absolutely right to do that. Look at this pickup. Biohazard's always so ready for stuff like that.
Uh-huh. Here's Hijinx.
Get some.
I think he could have punished that had been jump kick, but he just didn't expect. Anti-air, beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, David! There's no confirm, David! You had the chance.
They both have had the chance. They both had the chance.
Ah! The blue stuff, you have two! No confirm, David!
Oh no!
I mean.
What a scramble fest!
Round 2,
fight!
Ugh.
That was all over the place.
Yeah, are those X-Tex on the walls or is that spaghetti?
Biohazard's clutching it out anyway.
Into the corner, Biohazard again with the false block, and again the back two anti. That has been legit for him. He's really cleaned the sky. You gotta be fast on that too.
Wow. Still was really with the flawless by Biohazard, man. That should be around, yeah. Not gonna work out this time. You up two?
I really like
with the answer.
Jumping back and putting the goop on the ground just in case was really smart.
Very smart, yeah, of course.
Okay, no tech from Bios. He's stuck in the corner here. His defense coming into play big time, yes!
Here it is again.
Woo!
Ooh.
Yeah, the simple mix-ups in life, I love it.
On Hijinx pressing. There it is! Up two as well. Switching the position. The elbow drop. Another one. They're down two! Oh, this is gonna hurt so good.
That might be it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely it.
Dude, what a...
Wow! 1 down 2 was all it took. It's still going, by the way.
Oh my god, this poor 950 life character. 564 damage against her.
Yeah, that was just an overkill. 56% from it down to... I'm not even sure if there was a grab or a standing 2. It was a high anyway, and it was a good down 2. That was a solid 56%, just like that.
As we mentioned before, Biohazard has been really close to getting into winners finals before, and it just didn't work out. I forget what the error was, but it was something kind of silly. He overextended, I think it was what it was, and got punished, and ended up, of course, losing, and then losing the match right after that, getting 5th. But he's in a way better position now, up 2 games to 0 already.
Jackie Briggs.
And I really like his usage of a lot of stuff that Kano has in this matchup. That false block up 2, obviously. Back 2, by the way, which did get hit one time as he tried to bring it out. He tried to swing for the anti-air, because again, you gotta be pretty fast on it. But he has had the anti-air on that really well a couple of times. Character has the damage that Jackie can't sustain. I mean, she's a fantastic character, right? But I really like his usage of what Kano has to say in this matchup.
So we had the situation in game 1, or cell 1, I should say. Which Big Daddy G was up 2-0. Relicious brought it back to 2-2. Will Hijinx do the same here?
Dude, these neutral jumps, maybe flawless block inputs. But whatever it is, they're working out.
I mean, we might see Hijinx bait that out a bit more. Oh, a bit too late on the whip punish.
Woo, he's out of there.
Yeah, I think he was trying that.
Bio with another big pressure chance here. Yes. Oh, it wasn't enough. I thought that was going to be it. Okay, well, there it is. So very quickly, Biohazard getting into match point to get into winners finals.
Round 2, fight.
It's Hijinx, have it in him, man. Stay in the set. Here's the blue stuff.
I mean, there's a lot of very slow play here.
Rushing blow.
I think all the defense, all the anti-airs we've been seeing from Biohazard have actually had a big impact on how Hijinx and when Hijinx wants to go in. It has not been very often. In this round, he hasn't done it at all.
He's been a bit timid, right?
Very timid, yes.
Just down one as a punish.
It's not gonna happen. It was Biohazard in such control of that match. Especially at the end, we didn't see Jackie even do a bionic bounce in that last round. Am I right about that? I think it was really just Hijinx on the floor, this airborne character, instead stuck on the ground by the defense, the implied threats of anti-airs, flawless blocks, etc. from Biohazard.
I think it's fair to say that there was a day and night difference between the game 1 Hijinx and the game 3 Hijinx. Very timid, very afraid to press the buttons. But then again, man, it's Biohazard. You think it's your turn, all of a sudden you're getting launched for 30+% with all those up twos. But hey, man, good news is that he's still in the tournaments. We'll see him later on in the lower bracket.
Well, speaking of the losers bracket, that's about where we're gonna head. We can go check out the bracket again. To remind you, Hijinx will be playing the winner of K7 Show Off and Pulse. And down there at the bottom, oh, that one we are. It's gonna be so juicy. We're just waiting to take a bite into that one. Tweety and Perfect Legend winner of that will move on to face Kerbalicious.
Not there just yet. Not there just yet. But before we get into the losers round 1, let's quickly talk about Astro Gaming, the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. What we hear, what you hear, is brought to you by the Astro Gaming gear. You can visit astrogaming.com to find more info on all their official licensed PlayStation and other products available now.
So what we got on our domes right now, for example. So coming up, again, like I was talking about, it will be K7 Show Off versus Pulse. We got two players who are kind of on different sides of the points situation right now. We have Show Off, who's currently 8th overall. 5th place week number 2, 4th place week number 3. Pulse is currently 19th. So on the outside looking in, has so far had 7th place in week number 3, but that's the only top 8 until this week. So he's going to need a good performance to try to get into that final week. It's going to be quite a bit of work here. He says, I can get far in top 8. I just got to take it one step at a time, which is a good perspective. On Show Off side, he says, I can win from any path that I get. Just got to feel confident. And that's the question, whether he's going to feel confident or not. So he's down here in losers because he lost to Kerbalicious. He then beats Intai to make it into top 8. Pulse lost to Hayate, ended up winning against Honeybee to make it into top 8.
I mean, you said it yourself, man, it's quite a contrast when it comes to the seeding and the standings. 8th versus 19th. But then again, man, it's only week 5. There's still a lot of points on the line. One solid week, man, but turn things over quite a bit.
Long, but a cold hard feet. Round 1, fight.
Here we go. Losers round 1. It's going to be Pulse versus K7 Show Off. Hong Lao versus Sub-Zero.
Yep, I think that's what we were looking for here. Makes sense. Show Off, move in. Trying to begin the mix-ups. Keeping himself real safe. Ooh, underneath. Interrupted.
Yeah. One button too many from Pulse. K7 taking his turn. Double dash and into grab.
Yes. And just like that, we got the corner here. Oh,
So gonna be
pretty cautious. Okay, the hit confirm comes.
walk back.
Very
And fake is low.
classic stuff. Okay, the Omega hat spins out of there. He's got the corner still, though. No!
Enough!
Woo,
You do not.
I'm right.
It's so scary, right? You know exactly what I was thinking there.
Yeah, exactly. Do you not want to keep that character alive? Ugh.
Yes, sir.
Close turns out. Go off. Escape in the corner.
Wow.
Show off, looking to get the corner. Oh, okay, yeah, it is what he ends up with. 2 bars in the combo. That's cool. 348 loading up one part of the slide KB.
Mid screen.
Yeah, moving into the corner now. Okay, hoping to bait the flawless.
Short. Over the throw. Knockdown. Still alive. Barely. Got one.
Yeah, we talk about not wanting to leave sub alive, but Kung Lao can pump out the damage as well as almost anybody.
Right off the second hat.
Here it is.
Here it is again. Back three.
Show off. Maybe spinning. Oh, looking for the breakaway actually.
More stuff. Pulse has all the bars to work with.
Woo!
Very interesting. empty jump in.
Yeah, probably flawless block.
Yeah.
First
Good
overhead
trade.
stand. Maybe try to slide under, I don't know.
Wow, the down 3 under that back 1.
Got
Very even.
Scheming on a
There
comeback.
it is. Hold on a minute.
Is this it?
Does he have it?
I didn't
No,
think
he
he had it
didn't have
either,
it.
yeah. He did not. Maybe he thought he did, because if that had been Rising Ice, he could have gotten more damage in the first place.
Ooh. 20 seconds on the clock. Wow. The crushing blow throw. I didn't even realize he had that locked in.
Think back to that combo choice. Think back to that. That was so important, ultimately, for what ended up happening there.
I mean,
as
but
Pulse
then
gets
again,
W.
there was 2 bars of defensive meter on Pulse's side.
It's
so
true.
I don't
it's
think
true. It's just,
it
it's
would have
just a
been dead
question of
either way.
reads. Mhm.
But yeah, but it would have been a better situation for sure.
Yeah, maybe he was just trying to load the slide before the opponent broke away. Could be it as well.
Regardless, Pulse striking first blood here.
Jacking Sub-Zero.
It's again losers round. And Pulse definitely needing this win more than K7 show off. Once again, only 95 points for Pulse. K7 show off sitting comfortably, somewhat comfortably, at 8th with 345 points. What a difference indeed.
Pulse wanted to say shoutouts to the goons. That was his quote. I asked everybody for a quote. Shoutouts to the goons. And Show Off wants to say, quote, block the overheads. Unquote.
Well, to be fair, there weren't a lot of overheads in that first game.
The battle to find advantage comes to Show Off because he's got the snowball. Oh, threatening. Not quite there. So Pulse here. Yes. Continues to be here. Knocking him down by the feet of the change machine. And out of the corner again, looking for the snowball from that forward throw. Here it is! Does he have the stream on? Are you listening to us, buddy? Not many overheads. Definitely no way. Okay, very smart. Unbreakawayable. Good work.
So will you. Round 2. Fight.
Ooh.
Wow. here, and then good kick. Good whiff punish from K7 show off. Rising Ice once again. Oh, just out of range. Hit missing.
Oh, they're playing really interesting games around blocking right now. No! What a jump. The call out came. And Pulse gets a lot of damage out of it. Into pressure. Woo!
There it is.
Okay,
good block.
Yes.
Wow.
Jumping in a way that puts himself at frame disadvantage and then looking for the flawless block right away. Love it. Love it. That is the use of a just defend that I love to see.
Got launched for down one, man. That is tragic. Just like that. K7 show off. The adaptation. One apiece. I think just way more aggressive. Landing those overheads. Very consistent with the back three confirms as well.
His footsies look really good. Yeah, he had whiff punches a couple of times. He's willing to take some risks, that's true, but I don't recall him doing them without defensive bar available for breakaway. So, you know, it's a risk, but it's not as much of a risk as it might otherwise be.
Paul's taking his time. I think no surprises here. No character changes. Just yet, anyway.
Yeah, I don't think I would expect that.
Round one, fight.
One apiece. Here we go.
Wow, okay. The use of falls fucks have been so good. Saving the defensive bar. He does have those costly hats. Influencing his decision whether to go into or not. There you see part of why.
Poke into a hat. I don't think he's done that. His past two games. The nutty stuff.
Here we go. Okay, he did take the risk there with that defensive bar.
Macro.
Ooh, just these little individual hits adding up. Yes. Looking for a break. No.
2% left, but even just a 4-4 into fatal blow. Disregard that. Clean back to anti-air. K7 show off. Shutting that down immediately.
Really smart spacing as well. Even before that, he was at a range where it was going to whiff. That jumping was going to whiff. You could really see, I don't think we've seen a breakaway from Pulse in this game. He is really saving that defensive meter for the hats, for the, I don't know, wake up, flawless blocking, etc.
Bit too greedy with those standing twos, perhaps.
Oh!
Wow, he didn't believe in that neutral jump, man. Oh, no whip punish.
So much control here. A lot of chip damage even mounting up. Without taking big risks. Okay, Pulse finds the hit.
Wow, interesting choice, actually. I mean, definitely not fishing for a breakaway whatsoever, because that was just standing. 41%? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Ouch.
I don't think you even get to say ouch at that point. You're just gone. You don't get to say anything else. So we got 2-1 now for K7 show off. Yeah, I continue to really like a lot of what he's doing. The whiff punishes have been great. The ranges that he's backed off to have been awesome. Not just whiff punishing on the ground, but you know, when he's had the anti-air, when he's had the landsies punish a couple of times. And Pulse, look, the decision is one you have to make with this character in this variation. Whether to spend defensive bar. If you do, you're not going to be able to do your hats for a while. If you want to do your hats, you're going to have to take more damage in some combo situations. That's the variation, right? I mean, it's been like that since launch, and he's been playing that since, well, long as I've seen him play, right? So that's it's a cost, and he's willing to go back to it. It looks like
he's thinking about it. I think K7 Shalom is like daring him.
Okay, so he did say he might play noob. Oh, and all right. I didn't believe it, but I mean, the way that the last game went, I guess I understand. I guess I get it.
So we got a lore battle. Battle of the Brothers.
Ooh, okay. Are they gonna let the intro go? Probably not. Shadow Slide, Spirit Ball, Sickle Snag.
Hold on. Are they nerds? Do they believe in this rivalry? I think they do. No, they don't! What a tease.
He had the air axe this entire time.
Did not see that. Didn't need it, apparently.
No, you're right. Trying to build up, get a little bit of damage here and there. Obviously, the character can pump it out. With defensive bar though on the slide.
Oh! 1-1-1. Landing.
There it is. So with this character, he can afford to do that and not be too concerned.
Escape failed as well.
Yep, that's going to be a big deal versus noob.
Gotta watch those air axes now. Watch those air axes. Don't you dare to jump, man. That is safe from their range.
Again, with defensive bar.
Oh,
interrupted!
Down one!
And a super important throw escape. If not, that would have been for death.
Surely he's not gonna slide, David. Surely
He's looking for a ball. The ball came, and the slide moved, in fact.
Wow! Pulse! Staying alive by the skin of his teeth.
Absolutely bad there.
Overextending a bit.
There it is. I love these ranges that Pulse is backed off to are really strong. Yes.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. T1.
Yeah! Block the overhead, he said. That's all.
We had to see it. We had to see it once. 4-2 into Fatal Blow. Instead of K7 Shaw on match point.
But if there's ever a time to do it, it's right there. He was almost dead anyway. It was just an overhead low situation. That's a perfect timing for it. And what a great start in this next round as well for K7 Shaw.
Air to air, yeah. Down 4 into the slide. The nutty stuff is coming out, that's for sure. It's not even game 5. Wow, beautiful pickup on the jump in. 4%. Back 3. Formation. Find the down 1 afterwards. The 4-2 into Gripping Ice is going to seal the deal. It's going to be K7 eliminating Pulse from the tournament.
Yeah, I like going to noob there. That I think did make sense considering what some of the things that were happening were in the previous games were. But ultimately, no dice. Again, I love the forward 2 timing, right, for Sub-Zero in that late second round. That was cool. But that's not really what the match win was about, right? For the most part, it was about having good spacing. It was about good hit confirms. It was about controlling situations more often than not. Yes, the mix-ups did come into play a little bit, but that's, I would not say primarily what that win was about. Good work to K7 Show Off.
Yes, good work indeed. And I think you can see me grinning from ear to ear because it is that time. Production, talk to me. What do I have to shout out? Because this is going to be intense. This is going to be long. Okay, PlayStation. Big thank you to PlayStation for putting all of this together, presenting the pro competition all you got to do is go ahead and visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center, the one destination for MK content. Go ahead and join compete.playstation.com and sign in with your PSN. You can see the tournaments, see the next set of matches you have to play, the leaderboards, all of the goodness. Go ahead, sign up, and who knows, you might be ending up on a stream just like this one. David!
All right, buddy. It's the matchup that we said we were looking forward to the most. Perfect Legend versus Tweety. Talk to me about why it is that we're so excited for this match.
The admins have to slow down a bit. I need a bit of time. Don't invite them quickly. Let's
I think it's too late for that.
Right, give us a bit of overtime. There has been so much history behind Perfect Legend and Tweety, but let's just skip to MK11 instantly.
Okay.
The pro competition was a thing. Week 1, I think, it was instantly. Perfect Legend and Tweety met. And Tweety was at a certain point where he was a bit in a character crisis, wasn't doing that well like he used to, and he was trying out Melina. He knew, I'm playing this cup, but there's no money specifically on that cup and on that day on the line, so let me just try out Melina. They meet in losers, I think top 16. And it was, I think, last match situation was Perfect Legend's was it Cabal or Kung Lao?
Oh man, I don't remember now.
Not even that important, but it was definitely Melina from Tweety.
It was.
Again, he was trying it out. And of course, Perfect Legend being Perfect Legend, that meant a lot to him. He was,
of course,
posing when it comes to that win. I mean, how could you not after all that trash talk from Tweety's side? Not even necessarily in the game, but there was a lot of beef between those two. Skip 2 weeks or a few weeks and fast forward that a bit. We have to see Tweety on social media being like, hey, run it back. And Perfect Legend's like, meet me in tournaments. I don't want to deal with your nonsense. I want to meet you in tournaments. Earn your spot to play me. And there was a promotion offering both of them money, man, just to play a first to 10. Even loser is getting the money. Perfect Legend wasn't too interested when it came to that set. And he wasn't having any of that. And I think another promotion was doing the same. Once again, Perfect Legend didn't seem to be interested in that. Allegedly, anyway, the second promotion. But here it is. Tweety has officially earned a spot to run it back. Perfect Legend has made top 8 once again. And they meet in top 8 losers. There is no trash talk leading up to this specific top 8. Both of them are playing it very safe. Both of them have been talking so much trash before that, but this time around playing it very safe. Maybe, in case of a blow up, not risking it too much, maybe. But I think this is a piece of NRS history in the making. I can't wait how this ends up, David.
Let's see what they had to say. Yeah, thoughts on the matches from Tweety? Quote, no thoughts, only gaming. His quote is, fail, adapt, Cole. It's funny, but he's also not taking any positions, not going out on a limb in any way with that. Perfect Legend, thoughts on the matches? I'm not thinking. That's all he has to say here. Neither one wants to have that kind of back and forth, right? This may be getting delayed a little bit here. We'll have to stick with.
I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. But this is going to be so interesting, man.
Yes. Okay. So let's talk about this otherwise. So yes, this matchup between the two players is going to be super interesting. There's a lot of drama behind this. The two players themselves are fun to watch. As far as how they've been doing in the MKPK, I think it's not quite what you would expect for these players, right? Tweety, you mentioned that he had kind of a character crisis. Even more than that, right? He wasn't sure he wanted to be playing even competitively. He ends up finding a love for the game again. Garrus is a big part of that. And he's had a lot of success over the last month or two, right? In community events, which we have a ton of in the MK scene. And he's been really doing well. He, however, though, is currently 38th in points overall. Way back there. Far enough back that, whatever position he ends up in today is probably going to be more points than he comes into this top 8 with. But still, already, that's true. But still, this is really far away from where he wants to be to end up in the finals, right? You need to be in that top 16 position. He's not there. He's far away from that. As far as Perfect Legend goes, he is currently 16th in points, right? He's right on the cusp of where you need to end up. He got 5th place in that week number 1, and since then hasn't made it back to top 8. So for both of these players, even aside from their match against each other, there is a lot on the line when it comes to the whole Mortal Kombat Pro competition this year.
But then again, man, this is Tweety we're talking about. I don't think it's too crazy to think that Tweety couldn't end up being the champion of this week. Once again, being the first place finisher, it's you 350 points. That's 350 points. That skyrockets you in the standings. So I think anything goes when it comes to even Perfect Legend, who's currently 16th in the standing with 150 points, was sent to losers by Biohazard. So that is a matchup we could see later down the line. Tweety had to win over Forever King and Deadly Rebel. Deadly Rebel putting him into losers in the first place, so he got the run back.
Even before that, he had to beat Ludi, he had to beat Hayate. So those 4 players, I don't know if anybody has had a harder road in getting here than Tweety has had. Super top level competition from the start of his path today. I mean, there's a lot of players in this event. 233 players were checked in. It's always a really big tournament when it comes to NA East. Again, we were saying this earlier. This is maybe the strongest region in the world. Some of the best players on earth didn't even enter this week, right? So every single time that there's going to be a depth of field, but I think he had a particularly rough road in getting into this top 8. So that in mind, absolutely, I could see him coming back to win the whole thing for sure.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
especially like
I
I said, he found his form again.
Yeah, he's been killing it in PlayStation Opens, Champions of the Realm, right? He has had a lot of success lately. It's been really cool to see.
Should be an interesting set, and we're just waiting for both of these gentlemen to get in, and we should have a set momentarily. I think it's fair to say that by default, game 1 anyway should be Jarvis versus Kung Lao, but in saying that, Perfect Legend has used 3 characters this week. I've went over his VOD, and I thought that was a Kombat League set or whatever, just to kill time between the sets. But he did indeed go with Raiden in tournament. How about that?
It's a character I've seen him play in the past. I mean, he and I play sometimes. I've seen him use Raiden. And on top of that, he used, even more in my heart, RoboCop to end up doing it to make the top 8. And he had maximum zoning loadout of RoboCop 2. Road spikes, high tiger shot, the standing cannon, and then the low shot, which is the same variation that I play. So it's super cool for me to watch, but I didn't really expect that. I mean, I have seen him play that kind of character in the past, but when it came to you're in losers, you're trying to make top 8, I was a little bit surprised to see him go to that character. Would expect more of the Kung Lao, but yeah, he made it in. It was really cool to see.
It's fair to say, man, RoboCop to make top 8, and I think that's fair to say. It's the Perfect Legend special, man. The minute he loses a game, he likes to instantly go with another character, even though it wasn't necessarily a character thing. So let's see if we see that here as well, or if he does even drop a game here. I mean, this could be a toss-up, man. This is not as free as people might think. I think it's fair to say that the general public is leaning towards Tweety, but let's not forget the last time they faced, Perfect Legend took it.
That's true. Again, it was quite close, but that is true. So, okay, I think we're about to get loaded in here. So let me double check. Yep, looks like we should be... Players are in. All right, very good.
Oh, boy.
All right, let's make it happen.
Hey, man, you got to tweet this out instantly, man. I need the viewers to spike here. It's going to be Tweety versus Perfect Legend, and it is going to be Jarvis versus Kung Lao.
Okay, with variation.
No option selecting more. No more option selecting anymore. These are their mains. Buzzsaw, yeah. Quicksand, shifting sands, and bit of spikes. I don't think there's any surprises here. Probably both mashing X. They want to get into it. Here it is. Tweety taking on Perfect Legend. Instantly starting with a sand trap.
And going in for pressure. Okay, and opening up with the quote-unquote mix-ups right there is Tweety. And then back. I can't believe it. How many times?
Oh, the sand trap.
Finally, we're looking for the dive kick with punish. It's not going to happen, and Tweety gets a significant punish here. Maybe a break? No. This is all Tweety right now as he is
Almost
buzzsawing. I thought it was Kung Lao who had the buzzsaw here.
He can grab as well. Tweety with a fantastic start. And the 4-3 blows the first round off. A speed run start for Tweety. What's Perfect Legend's answer going to be like? The buzzsaw.
I wonder who wins in damage on that. I gotta pay close attention there. I haven't seen this specific interaction between buzzsaw or the one hit of Sand Trap.
4-3 stagger into down 1.
It's very cautious play really from Perfect Legend other than, okay, here's the punish. He had that dive kick. Other than that, he's been very still, I would say. Okay.
Your dive kick.
He does have air teleport as well. I assume that that's the whip punish.
Oh.
So it hasn't come up.
Yeah, I mean, round 1 was all Sand Traps really. Good block on the overhead.
I don't think we've seen a grab yet. We haven't seen a short hop or anything like that out of Perfect Legend. And other than that, Tweety's just been blocking it out when he's had to deal with it, which honestly hasn't been very often quite yet.
Good pickup.
Okay, looking for break. Nothing came.
The teleport. Hold on, only needs one more hit. To a fatal block confirmed. Down 1. The block on the overhead.
Ooh,
There's
what
a
a
red
kick!
throw straight coming through from Tweety.
Yeah, you know, they both have the 20 seconds on the clock here as Tweety gets it in time!
No!
Gets it in time and triggers the brutality!
Death serves Chronica.
Perfect Legend, they're just looking to get trades, I think, with Buzzsaw versus the Sand Trap. And unfortunately for him, Tweety got there in time. So fantastic game number 1 by Tweety. Especially that round 1, right? He had all that control, all that pressure.
That was a fantastic start for Tweety, man. But then again, I think Perfect Legend definitely not watching his legs as much as he should. Getting hit by a lot of Sand Traps, man. That's damage from those Sand Traps. Quite significant in round 1. Was doing way better in round 2. And as you said, was looking for that trade. Maybe setting up a teleport.
Right.
Now working out. Anyway, Tweety striking first. Currently up 1-0. And actually not going with the Perfect Legend special. Not switching characters after a lost game. Staying true to his main.
I like it. I think
Staying
it's a
true
good
to
call.
Flow. For sure, man. For sure. Of course.
So, okay, hopping, they're looking for Sand Trap, nothing coming out. Yeah, okay, so we're seeing more movement now. In that first game, I think we saw not enough, strangely, much less movement than I think we would expect to see. So here's the hit confirm from Perfect Legend, feels that corner. And this is a great spot for Buzzsaw out at the end. Gives it up!
Looking way better for Perfect Legend. Good trip guard as well. This is PL.
Is he there? Not quite. The spacing was excellent from Tweety. Oh, the little tax, the down 1, 6-frame comes to the rescue.
Grab.
Tweety making a comeback here. Hasn't been with a single big damage combo. It's been...
Here. Ooh, the double down 3, very disrespectful.
Ooh, the block!
Scary.
No punish.
No punish, no punish, no punish.
But Tweety...
Double fatal blow.
It's very close in life.
Double fatal blow. What's it gonna be? The Sand Trap?
Backing off again. We've seen this before. Last time it was Sand Trap. Dashing.
What's it gonna be? Time! 11 seconds. David, hold on a minute.
Oh, the
block,
grab!
just block.
Grab. Is it life lead though?
Does he set it? Wait.
Life
Buster,
lead.
of course.
Boy, you gotta block it out. You gotta block it out.
Oh my goodness!
One pad.
Oh, Perfect Legend, man.
Round 2. Fight.
We talked about how close their match was last time. Yes, different character for Tweety, but right down to the very final round. This one's looking like it might be the same.
Hey, man. Whatever you gotta say against Perfect Legend, this is the Evo champion for a reason, man. Multiple Evo champion for a reason.
100%. Anti-air, but the back forward too.
Too early. Oh, the neutral jump. No, not leaving his thing confirmed. Woo! Wow, it actually worked. The delay teleport.
What an
down 2?
Actually worked, yeah.
Mining down 1. to the gauntlet. Ouch! 38% just like that.
And he keeps it up this time. Looking for Breck. What a call by Tweety. Bravery right there.
The shortstop! 1%, the Busto.
But
watch the succubus! Watch the succubus! Perfect legend! Why? Why? He was looking for the chip, but the defensive bar was there. Why not just the string?
If y'all could see my face, oh my god.
What a David, that's the kind of stuff that can get you tilted, David.
What a decision. Oh. 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 Well, he seems to be playing similarly now, right? It doesn't look like there's a big change in his style, which is good to see because you're right, that can end up tilting. Absolutely.
A lot of individual hits here is Tweety. Stagger as well. Good anti-air.
Tech was there.
Coming through, yeah.
I really like the buzzsaw. Yeah, it's been super important in that range, especially.
Triple down one from Tweety. Teleport. No tech this time. Tweety still looking good. Ouch. Little low. And that should be it. Give me that spine.
Woo, man! Thinking back to that second round right there.
It's just one of those things. I mean,
when I looked, I was watching the stream as well, just to see. Stream's a little bit delayed, right? I wanted to see exactly how much defensive bar was still there. There still was one defensive bar left, so it needed to hit a couple more times even. He was not actually that close to getting the chip kill. Ooh,
it doesn't deal
boy.
as much. Chip, what do you got? What do you got for me? What do you got?
Well, I hope he doesn't switch. I'll be honest. But we've seen it many times, certainly. Same variation, same character. Perfect Legend's gonna run it back as Tweety enters this on match game. Could have been way different. Now, ultimately, maybe Tweety could have won that game anyway, right? Not gonna say that certainly would have ended up in PL's favor, but boy, what a choice. It's all I'm thinking about. I hope that Perfect Legend's able to move on because I am stuck on it. I am absolutely stuck.
Let's just hope he isn't stuck on that, man. Game number 3. Consistent with the road text, man. Oh, finds the duck, but no punish.
Happened a couple times so far.
Yeah, and I think Perfect Legend wins the trade on damage, but not quite significant. And Tweety's just getting so many individual hits.
It's the round, surely. Yeah, it's match point here for Tweety. Threatening to take this 3 games to 0. CGL Tweety against Proton Perfect Legend. One of them leaves the tournament after this match. Okay, maybe a chance for PL to get things started. Yes! Not quite there on the pickup, though.
Wow!
Here's the situation. I feel like it's the first very strong buzzsaw trap we've seen. Good attacks on down 3. No.
Another short hop landing for Tweety, the air-to-air.
He has been so precise! Those sand traps have been spot on.
Tweety is on the verge of taking this. Perfect Legend needs something big here. Just like that. There is no breakaway. Make this count, PL.
However, if he gets hit right now, and it's into Fatal Blow.
Oh boy.
Okay,
David.
Tweety's on deck. Here he is.
David.
Wake up Fatal, it doesn't happen!
And the back throw
Tweety,
sealed the deal.
with the brutality at the end, takes it 3 games to 0. The match that we were so looking forward to ends up 3-0 in favor of Tweety. I'm thinking back to that game number 2, round number 2. That's all I'm thinking about right now. But even beyond that, you got to talk about Tweety's fantastic use of the sand trap, to take this character, that and forward 3, right? And as far as anti-air, really made a character that is so mobile, want to stay on the ground, want to throw buzzsaws, want to not go up into the sky. And that was huge in limiting Perfect Legend's movement. Big part of why Tweety ends up taking it. Beyond that, though, the mix-ups, right? Tweety was taking throws. We didn't see that as often from PL. Tweety was doing short hops. They were mostly landing. We didn't see that from PL. So just all around, I would say Tweety looking great right there. We did talk about before, even before the match happened, how strong Tweety has looked overall of late. He continues to look super strong this weekend.
A bit of anticlimactic, if you ask me, especially with how close that game 2 was. I mean, we could have had a 1-1 situation. Who knows where we would have ended up from there. But Tweety just coming out swinging right out of the gates, getting all of those sand traps. And Perfect Legend was definitely looking better game 2 and ahead. But it was a little bit too late. And maybe that clutch... I mean, it's not even a drop. It's just a choke, man. That choke. Maybe he wasn't able to recover from that, and I think it's fair to say, understandably so.
He just miscalculated. That's all.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can come down to that. We have all made that mistake. I've certainly made that mistake. Just a bummer of a situation to make that mistake. So PL out at 7th. Again, he was in 16th in points overall coming into this. He's going to get more points. So I would imagine still is in the top 16, which is where you need to be. I'm sure he would like to be higher, but he is at least still in that set of points where, you know, you want to end up at the end. All right. Fantastic round 1 of the tournament here. Just want to give a shout out to the merch that we have available. Please check it out, everybody, at amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. It's not just t-shirts. There's other stuff that you can get over there as well. But if you're into the t-shirts here, you got a little look at them. We got the Pro Comp Scorp, we got the Melina, we got the Sub-Zero, and so forth. I got one of those, not those shirts on, but one shirt that you can get on right now. Again, head over to amazon.com/Mortal Kombat.
There you go, man. Thank you very much. And go ahead and visit that merch store. But with that being said, the round one matches are over. I need to refresh my voice a bit with a drink of water. Hopefully you need a refresher as well. You'll get that in a minute, as we will be back with more MK action in just a bit.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation.
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app, filter by type, and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation.
Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.
Welcome back to the NA East Top 8. We've already had a pretty awesome round number 1, I would say, as we've gone through round 1 of winners, round 1 of losers. We have the rest of the top 8 coming up for you very shortly. My name is Ultra David, and we got Mitsuons with me here.
Thank you very much for the kind introduction. Yeah, let's quickly take a look at the bracket and see how the tournament has been unfolding so far. Very interesting matches indeed. So that's the winners finals we shall be seeing later down the line. It's going to be Big Daddy G versus Biohazard. But for now, let's get into losers round 2. It's going to be Hijinx versus K7 Show Off to start things off, and later on we'll see Kerbalicious versus Tweety.
Exactly right. That's what we're going to be looking for. And in Hijinx and Show Off, we have 2 players who are currently in the top 8 in points overall. They have had some success for sure. Looking good already today was Show Off, and Hijinx down here after having lost to Bio, but I'm sure he'll make a rebound as he has been doing. Just wanted to shout out again the PlayStation 4 tournaments. The MK11, of course, the Pro Comp is presented by PS4 tournaments this year. And you can check out the Open Series. There are weekly competitions for all skill levels. You can play against friends. You can play against rivals. You can get unique rewards. Also, head over to the PlayStation 4 Competition Center at compete.playstation.com. This is the one destination with MK content that gives an inside look at how top players play, tips and tricks for players of all skill levels. Just sign in there, compete.playstation.com with your PSN ID. You can see all the things that are going on, and there is a lot. So for this next matchup coming up here, again, we're going to have Hijinx. We're going to have Show Off. Hijinx has made, I believe, 2 weeks in a row. Yes, 3rd place the last 2 NA Easts, which is quite a streak, right? The consistency there is why he is currently in 4th in points overall. Gonna have to do it through a little bit more of losers this time, but he's been there before. Why not again?
I mean, in 3 weeks consecutively in a row making top 8. I mean, that is consistent.
Oh yeah.
If I've ever seen it. So let's see if he can make it another top 3 at the NA East week number 5. It's going to be K7 Show Off taking on Hijinx. Once again, losers. Loser of this will be eliminated.
Show Off did say, I can win from any path that I get. So far, he's been doing it. And remember in the last game when he was playing versus Pulse's Kung Lao, remember his nice anti-airs as well? I mean, this is certainly somebody who can keep his eye on air approaches that, of course, Jackie's going to have too. Yeah, very safe stuff from Show Off right there, jumping back on response.
Your shenanigans will be a bit more tricky coming from Jackie, I think it's fair to say. So let's see how K7 Show Off will deal with that.
I like the idea of just taking a little bit of time on offense. That's what I'm thinking of. Yep, exactly. Sweeping the sky. Okay.
Here it is. Oh, the drop though. Yeah, the empty jump, and he knows that K7 likes to likes to flawless block those jump ins.
Beautiful.
Good pickup, man, from K7. Nice confirm, 27%.
Round 2.
It's the first round here.
He's been playing at great ranges for himself. I feel like Hijinx hasn't really been able to get into that good spot in a way that starts up offense. It's been close, but has too often been far away. Here's more of what he wants. Air axe. Okay, wow. Uh-oh. No, Hijinx.
Definitely not what he wanted. And this is very tricky,
not gonna
to say the least.
Yeah.
Solid answer from Hijinx, man. One apiece.
Fight.
Having that corner for himself as well. Jump in. Your head. Wow, dash is right under there. Interactable as well. Oh, another drop, and the wake up buttons are gonna be good.
Hijinx trying to get something. No! Unfortunately there for show off.
Oh, wow.
That was a sick brutality, and it's going to mean that game 1 goes to Hijinx. Really nicely done by Hijinx too, because again, as I was saying earlier, I felt like there was quite an extended period where he was, he was pressuring a little bit, but the defense was there for show off. And more than that, it was show off standing at ranges, being in the air at ranges that were better for him. Hijinx wasn't really able to get that going at the start. But then in the second half, it was a different story completely.
It's been quite a few significant drops for K7, even like missed inputs, I think. Raw ice ball.
Right.
Raw creeping ice. No, rising ice, actually. Not what he was looking for, no doubt about it. So tighten things up here. Stay alive. This loser's bracket. And he needs this win more than Hijinx for sure. Being on 8th place currently with 345 points. Hijinx sitting comfortably at the 4th place in the seeding. Once again, man,
when you get third. Yeah, that's right. Oh, the block was there. Right back into the mix is Hijinx. Okay, pick it up. Ah, would have been tough. Hijinx now stuck in her corner. Oh, tried to jump out. Gutsy on wake up again. Again! 3 straight times in this line. He was right.
The wake up jump out of there. The ice ball. Oh, he's threatening with that movement. And yeah, he wanted that overhead from downtown. Straight into fatal blow.
The train from all the way downtown to get that. I mean, he was backdashing at the other corner and then came all the way over just to get forward to. I love it. Again, though, he's not often taking those risks when he does not have defensive bar. It's just that against Jackie, like you're seeing now, you're already taking so much damage even before you go into the sky.
Yeah, she can't leave you standing if she wants. Man, oh man, is he pressing a lot of buttons. Then again, man, Jackie has those short limbs. Well, other than her force.
Well, she also doesn't have defensive bar right now. Which means not only no breakaway, but also no far super jump.
Is this gonna be it? Woo! Yes, sir. What an answer from Tff Shaw.
Exactly what he was looking for right there. That kind of stuff. Pressure in the corner.
Yeah, just tightening things up a bit. Like I said, seen a lot of drops in game 1.
It's true, it wasn't like there was even a big difference in playstyle. It was just that he was nailing the things that he wanted to get. He did take some more risks, I would say. I would say in the second half of game number 1. Well, really in the whole game number 1, he didn't really need those mix-ups. But this time we did see overhead into fatal blow. We did, we did see a little bit more of that side of things. And it worked.
Sub-Zero.
All right, so 1-to-1 situation. We got Hijinx and Show Off in second round of losers. Definitely been an interesting match to watch so far. We've seen a lot of great play, I think, on both sides, but yeah, to me, the thing that stands out is that in game number 1, Show Off did have some of those drops, did have some input errors, and in game number 2, that stuff didn't come up. There it is.
And move back, yeah. Empty jump into a grab. Trying to fish for the flawless block, no doubt. Wow.
Defensive bar is gone, spending it early now.
Wow, dialing in the entirety of the string.
Yeah, that was really good. I like that. That was tricky. Bad spot for Show Off.
There's so much damage, man.
Bring it.
Much faster one right there for Hijinx. Looking really good, starting with the corner here as well. Go off. About to call out the potential slide. There it is.
Out of there. Empty lead. Just want to get out of the corner. And boy, oh boy, is this gonna hurt, man.
The techs have been there.
Tech. Still on him.
Yeah, he had multiple goops on him. Yeah, absolutely.
Counter.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Man, that was
Correct
a confirm. It's still going. Wow, that was freaky.
If he finds the right hit, and he did,
I mean,
ends up taking her in 2 combos. He did, what do you think, 2/3 of Jackie's life?
What a play from K7 Shaw. That up 2 was not an easy confirm, man. Final round. That was a strange height.
So I think he has 3 now on that. He's a dangerous man. Block, yeah.
I don't think that was a whip punish.
Oh, big
chance! Whip down 2.
He'd already spent that KB.
You forgot about it? Oh, the little shimmy.
Going down.
Hold on a minute, man. One link confirmed into a fatal blow potentially. Hold on a minute. Watch that back too.
Very doable here for Hijinx.
100%.
And flew up through it. He knew the danger. Went up into the sky. I like that response a lot.
It's so scary to even feature in the air.
Yeah, you're right. But he was right about it. So that means it's 2-1 now for Show Off. Think about that second round in that game, right? When it was a big life lead for Hijinx Jackie. Jumped into the corner with after the knockdown, wake up 2, which did an autocorrect onto the other side, then the pickup, then one more combo. I mean, those 2 combos again were 700 damage or something combined.
Sub-Zero.
And a 950 character.
Yeah, exactly.
Hijinx sticking with his pattern to Jackie here. He's not far away from taking those games as well.
No, it's close. This is a good match.
K7 though was so right about all those slides as well. I think a single one has yet to be blocked.
In here already. Spinning some bar to make the mix tap in, and it worked.
No sweat.
Ooh, I like this. Let him cook a little bit. Hanging out there on the barbecue. Yes.
They failed the back throw.
Looking clean on these right now.
It's again a fantastic start for Hijinx, man.
And a great end as well. Called out that moment of the ice ball. Exactly right. Ooh, ooh. Show Off with the interruption though. Tired of you seeing walking back and forth, Jackie. Oh, that was great. Good stuff. Put stuff out of the corner so we can end. Well, it tried to end with the corner after the amplify on slide.
Break away with this time. Has to hold all of this. Wow. Another link confirmed. Puts K7 on match point to eliminate Hijinx. Finds himself in the corner. Trading blue stuff.
She was so high up. She was above that? Jeez. Way up in the sky.
Plus, small smoke afterwards.
Right back in there.
I mean, the minute Hijinx gets going, he really makes it count, man. Look at that.
Oh, okay.
And this is
the group is so problematic. Yeah, he's above it, but whether he did the ice axe or not, Right. Even if he had just jumped forward all the way, he wouldn't have made it all the way past that. It's understandable to try it out. Nope, didn't work. And it's gonna be 2-2.
Going with the fatality.
Yeah, I don't know how Sub-Zero can come back to play in the next game. He's dead. He died. It's over. No 5th game, everybody. That's it. The set moves on with Hijinx as the winner.
Is that in the books?
I think that's the rule. I believe that's the rule, yeah.
Well, there it is. Skip forward 20 seconds. Match number 5.
Hard to play against somebody as confident in moving forward and finding the right timings with a character like Jackie, as Hijinx is right there. That's not just about the character. I mean, the character is very strong, obviously, but Hijinx's timings in moving forward, his execution when he's up close, the timing mix-ups of not just when you jump, but you know, when you do the delay in the sky, when you do all those little timings there. He's really making all that stuff work out super well.
Like I said, definitely makes it count. Doesn't mess around when he gets that leap from downtown, or he gets that hit confirm up close. Doesn't leave a lot on the table. But here we go, man. It's going to be match 5. Losers round 2.
Round 1.
Tff Hijinx. Game 5.
This is Hijinx. Oh, that was super early, that jump kick.
Yeah, was it up 3, in fact? I don't know.
Maybe.
Wow! Oh, just expecting the block.
And once again, beautiful start from Hijinx. And that breakaway didn't work out in his favor at all. Hijinx can definitely afford to press here a bit. Not having to worry about that up 2. Match point, Hijinx.
No longer has the corner. Kind of back off to a more comfortable spot. There it is. Punish on the landing. Show off. Get the corner about it. Not quite.
Wow.
What a confident anti-air out of Hijinx.
The grab as well.
Okay, what a catch.
Ooh, it dropped.
Tried to wake up buttons. I like the idea, but no, it didn't work out.
Well, it technically worked out in his favor, man. He got another combo to a certain extent.
For him, yeah.
Gonna be death? Yes. Gets the crushing blow. It's going to be double match point.
Final round. Fight.
It is the final round. Announcer. Show off starts with the corner. Not for long, though, as Hijinx, just like that.
Drops from Hijinx. Might be feeling the pressure a little bit. Watch the slide, though. Watch the slide, man.
He is standing in the goop. Yeah. He's still maybe too far ahead of where he needs to be. Looking for the break, or maybe just getting damaged there. Yeah, you cannot stand it. You just don't have the life for that. Yeah, you needed to go fast. Oh!
That was really smart. That was really smart.
Is he gonna die? I love the fatal blow, because if he had moved back onto that goop, he actually might have lost.
Yeah, that was, I think, the right thing to do.
So he gets the mix-up here.
What's it gonna be?
Tried for the mix-up anyway. And it's not gonna happen. Hijinx, even though he's frozen, he comes back to life and ends up taking it 3 games to 2. I love the wake-up jump back into goop right there on the board. Just to seal it. Hey, you want to punish me? I'm punishable. You want to come in here? Knowing that, of course, if Show Off had, he would have died. I really like that decision making. I like a lot of Hijinx's decision making with this character. He makes her, obviously, she is very strong, but he really makes her strengths apparent. Super good with her. And again, he's been 3rd place 2 weeks in a row. On his way to doing it again.
I mean, only needs what? 1-2 more sets, I believe. You guys do the math. Anyway, he was doing very well for himself. K7 finds himself eliminated with a lot of points. One, regardless, I think, should definitely jump on 7th place, maybe even 6th in the standing. We see that, yeah, as the standings will be refreshed. But yeah, Hijinx looking very good.
I absolutely agree with that. So he'll be moving on. Next match we're going to have in loser's side is Kerbolicious versus Tweety. Kerbo sent down here in a very close match versus I'm Big Daddy G. That was 3-2. Close, fun match, but Kerbo on the downside of it. And now Tweety having just barnstormed in here over Proton, Perfect Legend. And we talked about him before and how much everybody in the scene thinks that Tweety is killing it right now, right? How consistently he is placing high in events. He's winning some events. It's super cool to see, I think, because Tweety, as we referenced before, did go through this period where he wasn't feeling it really. You know, he's very talented and he's willing to put in the time to get strong as well, right? As somebody who really does put in time. But he didn't feel like he wanted to be doing that. And you could see the impact of that in his results when he did enter, which wasn't even that often. Now that he has refound that love for the game and the character, he's in there again and he's making it look great.
It wasn't just the character, I think, as a whole, was thinking about quitting competing in the game. All of a sudden, he found his love again, as you said, rekindled his love with Jerris, and he's looking like year one Tweety when he's been killing it online and offline.
Yeah, this is a player who, year one, had a lot of success, made a bunch of top 8s. And even before that, later times of Injustice 2, huge threat, of course. Right? It's not like this is anything new for him, but it's great to see that he's back on top of things. And now we got Kerbo, who's been near the top of things many times in the past. One of the best players in MK9. Air, slight gas, hook grab. These are the variations that we expect. Gonna be a good one, I'm sure.
Losers round 2 still. Tweety versus Kerbolicious. Dark side, Jerris. This is Cabal. The grab early. Let's see if he opts to go with those sand trap shenanigans. This set as well.
1-1 sand trap? Is that what you're looking for? Well, already we're seeing some risk. He is doing those hops, which are punishable for sure. Ooh, you think you got far buttons? Nah. Turbo ready for that. Love it. And into the corner, too.
Ouch. 422. Very good spacing from Kerbolicious.
And the Landy's punish? Gorgeous.
Very impressive.
Just
late breakaway.
Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's right. It's
ouch.
That was, he had just built the defensive bar, and he used it right away.
Fight.
Okay, sealing up the gap in that string. Ooh! I love so many implied threats constantly in the way these two players are playing. This is so cool to watch. Edges, man, Kerbo's movement has been so hard for Tweety to nail down.
Right?
Tweety finally finding something. Oh, didn't believe it!
Tweety needs to make something happen here.
Not taking any risks on the flawless block are not there either, is Kerbo. Did he get him? Not quite, but still close. Okay, you can tell it was defense first mindset right there for Kerbo. Wake up, jump, what a genius! And the hit confirm comes.
No breakaway as well. And then brutality to close out the first game. Kerbolicious, man, his spacing was looking excellent. Always out of range, it seemed like.
He had a couple of great whiff punishes. He had a great landing punish.
Yeah.
He moved around really well. These are all features of the character, but it's hard to make them all work as well as Kerbolicious is making them work right now, I'll tell you that. That air movement, dude, especially for a character like Cabal, you know, it's not like he has great wave dashing or anything on the ground. He's got nomad dash if you want to be a beast about it, but Other than that, his grounded movement isn't like that. But so for him to have the air approach in that way, especially versus a character like Garrus who does control the ground well, it's got to be a big threat.
Might see a more aggressive Tweety in the second game. Was backing off quite a bit. And I don't think we saw the right stage or the right side of the stage. Tweety always somewhat trapped. Left side.
I think he may have had the same idea. Dashing forward, grab just like this. Couple of risks right away. Yes, in there immediately. Ooh, you have read it. Here's Tweety playing offense and breaking the armor right away.
Ouch. What a start from Tweety, man.
Yo, wake up! Okay, but Turbo's ready for the next punish yet again.
No breakaway. 54%. Wow, what a punish.
Yeah, exactly ranged right.
Oh, hold on a minute, man. Fatal Blow's a threat here. What's it gonna be? Tweety jumping as well.
It's very patient from Tweety, is what it is.
Oh, there it is!
Hoping maybe to see a breakaway. It didn't come. Tweety wasn't gonna do that. But this is still a lot of damage.
Quite a bit, man. What's he got? 5% left? 7. Oh, watch the succubus, man. The fatal blow from Jairus. That is genius.
Oh!
What a confirm!
50% right now.
Wake up.
Rolling forward. Down one, down one.
Double down one.
When you need to steal a turn right away.
Oh, that was a sick confirm from Tweety.
Oh, yeah.
What was that? 4-3 into down 1 into Santra?
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, you can see Tweety backing off consistently, but finding those sand traps now. It's not just backwards movement.
He's not really anti-airing per se. He's just he's punishing the landings sometimes, but you can see how tough that is. Turbo finds a big hit. No breakaway, huh? Okay.
Wow, and still going.
Okay.
44.
The armor breaking?
It's almost even all of a sudden.
Right? Yeah. Slight gas cabal with the hook grab. Yeah, scary man.
Oh, the 1-1-1. There was a counter.
Okay, as soon as he saw Turbo go into the sky, that was a safer breakaway.
What's it gonna be? 4-2 stagger. Good check from Turbo. Wow. And a flawless lock up 3.
Final round. Fight!
This is a close set.
Tried to outrange, but completing the string this time with Tweety. He's often just done forward 3.
Back throw. Double down 1.
He's got a pretty good one. Oh, here's the chance for Tweety. Again, the short hop knee.
A lot of trades, man. A lot of trades.
I love the bravery of it.
Oh, this thing keep jumping. Maybe looking for a flawless block. It's what though? No breakaway? What percent?
Oh, they both have such good fatal blows.
Oh! Fatal blow.
Keelan wants to whip anything right now.
Already
Look at the
is.
slow approach all of a
It is.
sudden. Purple can't just go into the sky because there's going to be a fatal blow from Garrus in his face. So that's what happens. If that even comes up.
17%, 70 seconds.
Yo!
Not gonna matter. The jump
in
in
kick?
kick.
Wow, what interesting timing. That would have been way negative on block. But
I mean,
it wasn't blocked.
the second Jairus has that fatal blow locked in, you know you're going to be a bit more cautious with your approach.
Sure.
That's when those unconventional options are becoming even more of a threat. It's going to be one apiece.
Interesting matchup to watch because there's this big space where the two players don't really challenge each other. They don't even, they just kind of bypass it, right? At max range, Tweety harasses with the with sand, and then there's like a huge range in front of that where Kerbo can threaten with slight gas into jump normal from so far that neither player like does anything there, right? Like they both know what can happen, and Tweety's just blocking at that rate, already worried about it. Then from closer in, where Tweety can, some degree, contend with things like forward 2, forward 3, he begins to press buttons. But there is that big range where the players just almost don't exist. Very interesting to watch.
Oh, wants none of that.
You see something. Too smart for that. Ooh, the bravery of the walk. Wow. Yeah, I just love seeing somebody walk forward like that.
Double down one. Is it gonna be good? Little stagger from Tweety.
Oh, what a chase.
Oh, there it is. No! Didn't confirm it.
It could have been instead. It's gonna be Tweety.
That was cute. Just
what? Yeah, that was funny. That was good.
Round 2, fight.
Yeah, that's that range I'm talking about there, where Tweety just is already blocking even at 2/3 range.
Kick. And the corner. One sand trap.
Woo! Jumping backwards after that. Interesting. Hoping to catch a button here from Tweety as to be very economical with his options there.
Very patient.
Very late down low.
Good breakaway.
Tweety's here. He's down in life, but all he really needs is 1 max damage, 2 combos at least, at most. Oh!
And there it is. Big punish. Using the hooks. For the repositioning, Tweety finding himself in the corner as well.
Nice, that's so cool. What a pickup.
He's finding a lot of success with that 4-3, that's for sure.
He's doing the great spacings and timings to catch as Kerbo.
Ooh!
Oh, that's cool.
Max range down one though. And there it is again, man. His whip punishes, very consistent. We're looking good.
Did you see forward 3 actually hop over that air saw? That was cool.
Man, I use a lot of staggers. And that is definitely game if he doesn't drop it.
Woo, again? Man. Well, I guess he comes back to life, doesn't he? It's going to be at least one more chance as well for Tweety, as his opponent Kerbo here is up 2-1.
Kerbo's looking really good this week, man.
His whiff punishes have been super on point.
Yeah, I mean, his spacing, his whiff punishes, even his staggering right there. Didn't give Tweety any room to breathe.
It's a hard range for a lot of characters to deal with. As Cabal can just, so easily toss out hit confirms at that range. Mids at that range. Most characters, well, a lot of characters anyway, can't challenge it super well. You see Tweety intending not really to challenge it oftentimes. He wants to catch something like forward 3 on a far anti-air, or he wants to harass up close. Certainly, we've seen short hops, we've seen 1-1 into overhead or low. We've seen ranged games, but again, there's that really big section of the stage where Tweety doesn't feel like he can contend. Either he's blocking at about 2/3 stage to half screen, or he's throwing out forward 3, hoping that it, you know, gets an anti-air or something. We just saw right there, it didn't work out for him. But it doesn't look like an easy spot to be.
Confirm. Look at all these buttons, man, he's pressing.
Yeah, it almost feels like Tweety is hoping that Kerbo moves forward. Okay, there. Tweety finds it, gets in as a result. He can play some mix-ups. Oh! What? That was super funky looking. As Kerbo, I did block the low, but the animation was a little odd.
He is in trouble here, trying to work his way out of the corner. Did that alright. Knee. Man, Tweety is swinging. And he's right on these swings.
Sometimes you gotta make a big comeback, right? Oh, okay, didn't complete it. Yo, out of the sky! Even on jump back. Nope, you are hot.
Man, that had Tweety written on it all over. What a comeback, man. From coast to coast, just swinging his way through the stage. Tweety staying alive.
Harassment. Here's the patience. See how quickly they change what they're doing just based on moving forward a little bit on the stage.
Alright, duel's gone. Good anti-air.
Tweety pressuring now. Kerbo without defensive bar. The hit confirm comes.
Is that dead?
Is it gonna be enough?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Tweety evens it up 2-2. What a set this is. We've already had a bunch of good ones tonight, but this for me is always the best so far. Super close.
So another 2-2 situation, huh? Back to back as well.
It's the kind of match where you don't really talk about. There doesn't need to be necessarily like an adaptation either way. They both have game plans we've seen pretty consistently now. Just a question of getting those individual mix-ups right. Like what is the right time to approach versus what is the time to throw out a forward 3, or what's the timing to do a sand trap, or what's the timing to do a slight gas, or you know, a whiff punish button, that kind of stuff, or an expected hopeful whiff punish button. Those little things are really what this match is going to rest on because it is so close.
Especially in a 2-2 situation.
Yeah, and 2 characters who can pump out damage easily.
So, who wants it more? Tweety versus Kerbolicious. Losers bracket. That was a punish, David.
Who gets to do that? Shout out to Gears.
Man, he's getting so much mileage out of that 4-3.
That knee's doing a lot of work, whether as anti-air or as short hot pressure. Like Gears going up in the sky with the knee is killing it tonight.
He's backing off.
No
the first timing. And there it is again. Vintage Kerbolicious.
Tweety holding onto that bar.
Man, is that a lot of damage. But then again, this is Jarrus! Hold on a minute! Surely a standing form to fatal blow, yes! Now the question is it gonna kill David?
Gotta see those shields, gotta see the skulls are coming out. There's a shield, yep, they're both playing the game, but it is absolutely gonna be enough. As Tweety goes on a match point.
Just like that. Sometimes it's all it takes. One little hit. Putting Tweety on match point. Wow, what a sequence.
What brain? Yeah, the movement there was super cool. So Tweety with the defensive bar is gone. But he's in there! Finding the hit first.
Hey.
further pressure again. He spins the KB.
Wow,
Move.
BT 111.
Maybe trying to jump, trying to absolutely move on wake up for sure. The knee, how many times do we see the knee come into play? Already has spent the KB. Okay, Kerbo.
No breakaway just yet. I don't know about the fatal blow. I mean, there is no fatal blow for Tweety as well. So we don't have to worry about that, but still.
No offensive bar here for Kerbo, which could be super important for him. Okay, yes!
The counter. We see a final round situation.
Airsaw's coming into play. Can he get the whip punish? It's not quite enough.
Sweep, David.
And there was final round here. As Kerbo jump back saws were so important.
Yeah, there was no defensive bar. Final round here. Delicious having the stage to work with. Tweety as usual finding his way out of the corner. There's sand trap. Big lively for Tweety. But then again, man, this is Cobalt. One combo is all it takes.
He's 2 hits away from almost winning the rounds. I don't know if he'll get that chance. Here's Tweety pressuring. Yes, he will get at least one chance. The defensive bar's gone. Now truly 2 hits to win it is Kerbo.
There is no breakaway whatsoever. No defensive bar, but the wake up. Walk back. Tweety.
I am timeless.
Kerbalicious whiff. Oh!
3-2, he ended the string this time. Not this time, he steals a turn, and it's gonna be enough. Tweety moves on, eliminating Kerbalicious. Tweety is looking good today. Remember, he comes into this week way back in points, 38th overall. Kerbo, 9th place is what he came in with. He's been 3rd, he's been 2nd place, he's been 7th place. This time he ends up in 5th place, yeah. So he's still gonna get a lot of points, but Tweety moves on, and as we were talking about before, he really needs a good performance to get into that mix for points, and right now he is doing that.
I mean, you pointed that out. He is last one in this top 8 when it comes to the standing with only 20 points. But this week will skyrocket him in the standings, no doubt about it. I mean, look at all of these people he had to beat. He has beaten Forever King, Deadly Rebel, just to make top 8. And now Tweety has beaten also Perfect Legend and Kerbalicious. I mean, he is on a tear. And I said that earlier, man. It's definitely not unthinkable for Tweety to take a win here in the top 8, which once again gets him 350 points. We see him later down the line taking on Hijinx in losers semifinals, David.
Yeah, and remember, even before those matches, he had beaten Ludi and Hayate. Yeah, his week has been amazing. Very, very impressive stuff from Tweety, who, again, moves on to face Hijinx. Wanted to shout out Astro. Thank you to them. They are the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition. And so all of our audio on commentary is powered by Astro. Those are the headsets that we're wearing right there. Let me tell you, they're pretty nice. I can vouch for that myself right now. Not too many headsets in this world that I can commentate on with glasses in between, my ears and the headphones for as many hours as I'm going to do it today, but this one I can. So head over to astrogaming.com. You can get a lot more info on their officially licensed PlayStation audio products. Well, we have the next match. Oh, the players are already getting involved, huh? It's I'm Big Daddy G versus Biohazard, who loads up with Kano, and Big Daddy G did say he's just going to be running Sonya today. Remember what he said earlier as well, even before we began this thing, his quote. Just excited to be here and going to try to show people that it's possible for Sonya to make top 8s, just got to work hard. Well, not only has he made top 8, but he has made top 3 at least. If he wins this one, he's at least top 2. So already a great performance, and he's hoping to build on it here. As we move into
Sonya.
winners finals between I'm Big Daddy G, Sonya, exactly right, and Biohazard
Anything particular?
with his classic Kano.
You know damn well you'd bastard.
Round 1.
Dang!
Dang!
Just like that, another war battle. I'm Big Daddy G versus Biohazard. Sonya versus King. Omangra, early. Already fishing for that up too, man. Biohazard doesn't mess around with those flawless ones.
What a punish, nice. We're gonna see a lot of distance game here for my Big Daddy G. Yeah, that looks like where he's gonna be more comfortable. Just Kano. Once he gets on you, he's so strong, and even from mid-range with that forward one, you're already worried.
Oh, too fast. Stuff. Hold on a minute. What a pickup, man. What a pickup from Biohazard. We're just gonna seal the round, no doubt about it.
Round 2. Fight.
Absolutely.
I wasn't working. Never seen that taunt before, I think.
Ooh, not quite there though. What a pickup. One thing I always am impressed by Biohazard on, he's always ready for those pickups.
Wow, what was that, man?
Okay, yeah, the mix-ups are absolutely coming out. Okay, and same from Biohazard with the duck, but actually missed the reach in the armor breaker.
That is huge, Nate. That anti-air was huge as well, alright.
I really like the style of I'm Big Daddy G. Again, it's so much of it is just space control. I almost feel like this is Fireball Dragon Punch kind of play, right? He's got that anti-air for the KB. He's got the rings. Yes, he has a high in back one, but he does have some mids that he can threaten with as well. Yeah, there's one.
Pick up. Stand. Command grab. Needs to find his way out of the corner. Tractable perhaps, not gonna matter just yet. The low. Even chip at this point. And the down one check to keep him honest. Biohazard. The first game to make it to Grand Finals.
That footsie's range up to pressure spot is just so well controlled by Kano and by how Biohazard uses Kano. Using his knives, they're not one of the better projectiles in the game, but the way that he uses them, the timings he uses them, even versus rings, makes them something you have to consider. And then he's approaching with forward one, or he's approaching with Kano ball into, does he do the follow-up or not? Or with just the overhead and even a little bit closer range, but still farther than most characters can hit an overhead. That range for him, he works so well. And again, like I was saying earlier, Biohazard, I feel when he hits you, he almost always is getting the hit confirm or the pickup, even in some funky situation, even in some situation where it would be easy and understandable to not get the full damage. He is almost always picking it up.
Same stage, same characters. Big Daddy G trying to run back here.
This is grunt work.
Triple down one for good measures.
Woo! How ready is I'm Big Daddy G for that stuff? Wow. And how much? 437 from Sonya. Nice. Okay.
The tail end of that up two, man.
Right, okay. Yeah, hoping to get underneath the ring. Nothing came.
Round 2.
Big Daddy G too aware for that.
Good block, finally. Staggers. Short hop. That's the string we've seen in game one.
The whip
winner
punish
is
with
round
it
one, I
is
should say.
super sick.
Yeah, it's a sick range.
Both of them really looking for FBs. You can see their characters block or not constantly.
The grab. This is looking good for I'm Big Daddy G.
Can't get complacent. Biohazard. Oh! One more hit is what he needs. Or command grab. Command grab's gonna be enough as well.
Wow! Saving the fatal blow. Was the right choice.
Final round.
And has I'm Big Daddy G in the corner. That corner has been so problematic in game 1.
More pressure.
Good block on the low.
That's true.
Best check of you.
Oh, trying to challenge there. Oh, ready! Super ready.
Brought it back. He's really brought it back. What's it gonna be? What's the play? 11% left. Beautiful wake-up roll into the back one to seal the deal.
Finish him.
His mid-range is awesome. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with Big Daddy G. When he throws rings or not, dash cancels are in there occasionally. He's always ready for the anti-air KD. He's ready to punish very fast, like in that kind of weird situation when he rolls out, still gets the whip punish. All those things are really adding up. Already in winners finals and looking good in doing it. And keep in mind, he had to beat Hayate and Honeybee, in fact. Already taken out one of the brothers to get into a position he's in now. He's hoping to do the other. But the important part about this is that he's already taken out some of the best players around. Why not another?
Only 60 points on his account.
Yeah, man. And for somebody whose quote was, "I'm just excited to be here," he's way beyond that, right? That's the kind of quote that sometimes you see people say who are like, "Wow, I made a top 8 finally, and I'm hoping that I'm not going to screw it up." And then they, they're feeling overwhelmed a little bit. That's oftentimes when you see that quote, that's kind of what it's meaning. I do not see that at all in his gameplay.
Ah, messing up the corner, the combo a bit, excuse me. Man, he flawless blocked it and still couldn't take his turn. That sucks.
And that was close
all
to
biohazards, yeah.
Yeah, coast to coast on bio.
Oh, hold on though.
Yo, dude, boy, both of them are getting a little wild here. The FP came out. Yo, okay. I think Daddy cheat. No, Biohazard takes the round after all.
Rack off. Round 2.
I can't. That was so unfortunate for I'm Big Daddy G. That hurts, man. He was right with the up 2. Trying to down it immediately to the fatal blow. Hopefully he forgets about that.
He's already playing well.
I'm sure.
Getting the punish here. Yeah, it might have been him looking for breakaway specifically. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh.
In any case, he's got a huge life lead now. Wow, yeah, was he up 2? Okay, he will maintain pressure. He will get damage out of this.
This is Biohazard, man.
Right? Yeah. Woo! Getting some chips.
Good. Man, he had to work hard for that few percent chip, man.
Final round. Fight.
Just like that. Forgot about it, it seems like. 1 round apiece. 1 game apiece.
Biohazard backed off a little bit. Okay, I love it.
What a
I'm
pickup,
telling you,
David.
these pickups? Come on.
Oh, hold on though. Beautiful whip punish. What's gonna be? I mean, Biohazard is not someone who's shy. So Kano ball for 3.
That's it?
To neutral jump.
Oh, he had fatal blow. Oh, wow. Okay,
Oh, he got hit. He's gotten hit. Every grappler's worst nightmare.
He's having a party, man. He's up 2-1 in winners finals. Why not? But I really think when Kano came down from the air, I think he could have just done like string into fatal blow, right? That's what, maybe I'm wrong, but that's how the life bar looked to me. Instead, went for something that could be broken away from, and there you go. It's 2-1 in favor of Big Daddy G. Again, already took out some strong players, Hayate and Honeybee, and now is 1 game away from adding Biohazard to that list.
Sonya, Kano. Special Forces, Desert
Needs
Command.
one more to beat both of the brothers in one tournament.
So he's open for, but here's Biohazard, still very much alive. Still very capable of doing this.
No doubt about it. Find out. Game 4. What a start.
Haven't seen the back one opener from Big Daddy G before. Okay, all of a sudden a bunch of mix-ups are coming out. And into the dash cancel grab. Wow, offense is the name of the game right now. We're making it work still.
Finally a button from Biohazard. Wow.
It was fantastic timing. Is it going to be the round? It is. It's going to be a match point. I'm Big Daddy G to get into grand finals.
Was enough.
Oh, the whole commitment. It's the first time we've seen the whole thing.
Not watching his feet. Great awareness. Interactable. Back 1 check.
That was like,
Take command grab. This is one of the reasons.
The corner, what was that, 15 seconds? I don't
Yeah,
know.
right? I mean, it's almost like something switches in Biohazard's hand. Or head, I should say. The second he is in the corner, having his way with Big Daddy G. Or whoever he has cornered. To work his way out of the corner. A lot of individual hits. Gets a grab as well.
Underneath. And the short hop again. He's really making these work.
Oh, dropping their wake up too.
Chase though. There he is. Into the corner. Was it worth it? He does get the punish.
Locked in time.
Yeah, safe jump by Bio into big damage.
Oh!
Almost anything will do it. It's not enough. And there was a breakaway, so it's gonna be max damage. Oh my god, it's gonna be I'm Big Daddy G taking it over. Biohazard 3-1, moving into grand finals.
You talked about that earlier. About that infamous set against Kombat when he miscalculated the chip and choked the game. It might be exactly what happened here as well. Probably miscalculated his life. The last breath.
Fatality.
And it just wasn't enough.
Strong
Kano ball
echoes of
just
that,
wasn't enough.
And he didn't have offensive bar for a follow-up either. I'm just watching the stream replay as well. Yeah, strong echoes of that. Now, in that case, he had a life lead, right? He ended up, I'm talking about the case versus Kombat. Not exactly the same situation, but
No,
still.
not the same.
Definitely some strong echoes of that. He's still in losers finals, right? It's not like he's out now.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right to call out the similarities there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, another unfortunate situation for Biohazard. But as you said, still in the tournament. awaiting the winner between Hijinx and Tweety, which is the sets we shall be seeing right now. Let's take a look at the bracket. So, I'm Big Daddy G, man. He has been having quite a lot of success in this NA East Week 5. That is certain. Already booking himself 260 points. Once again, coming in with 60 points, man. So that is already 200 more points that he had coming into this week.
Looking good. And if you're somebody who'd like to get involved, you can do so on PlayStation 4 very easily. The entire Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition is presented by PS4 Tournaments. You can check out the PS4 Tournament Open Series. Great watch. Great to play in as well. There are weekly competitions for all skill levels. You can play against friends or rivals. You can get unique rewards. Also, please visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center with an inside look at how top players play, tips and tricks for players of all skill levels. To do so, just go to compete.playstation.com, sign in with your PSN ID. You can also see a list of available PS4 tournaments to sign up. And please get involved. Again, we had a few hundred players this one for NA East. Most of them are well over 100. We have had 1,000 as well entrants sign up in the past in the MKPK. So a lot of people are doing this. But yeah, Open Series as well is very common, easy to get into too. There's a lot of great stuff going on. If you'd like to play online, meet people that way, get better at the game that way. Or if you're somebody who prefers to watch, there's a lot of great stuff to watch these days too.
Sure, man. It's a win-win situation.
Jackie Briggs.
Now this should be interesting. Tweety versus Hijinx. Now Tweety should be very familiar with Jackie. Was his main to a certain extent, I think fair to say, very early in the game. It wasn't the same variation. First round KO back then. But still, the same character.
He will definitely know the matchup, I'm sure
Right,
of that.
right.
Fight.
Here we go. Loser semifinals. Hijinx versus Tweety. It's going to be Jackie versus Jarvis.
I'm not quite there. I like the idea though on the attention trap. Very buttonsy though as Tweety as Hijinx has been able to really get in there. Down one. I like this. Yeah, don't be too worried about that goop on the ground. You got to make things happen for yourself even still. Not gonna happen though. We did just see Tweety versus a very airborne character. Maybe not quite as airborne as Jackie Briggs. Oh no!
Wow.
Super good follow-up with the fireball in the sky. I love that from Hijinx. Just to cage Tweety, that was the only goal. Even if it had been blocked, Tweety was dead just from standing in the group.
Nice.
Hiccups there for Tweety, and he's got the corner. His first extended series of pressure is coming in. Gotta look for the interactable, no dice. Okay. Tweety, and wow, I love it.
Everything was working out, man. I mean, what can you say about that round?
Almost always when you see somebody do the 4-2-1-2, there's going to be gauntlet on block, but he didn't bring that out, and I think that was part of why he was able to steal that turn and continue pressure.
It's one way to get out of the corner. Oh no! That's a beautiful strat, actually. Meeting her mid-air. Back-to-back jumping.
Ooh, those are a couple of offensive bars. Hijinx at us.
Very expensive for sure. Oh, still there with the punish, yes.
But he didn't have those bars.
Yeah, let's make it really count. Hijinx with fatal blow. Watch that back two.
Man, Tweety.
And this is guaranteed death.
Definitely. Breakaway or not, didn't matter. It was going to be fatal blow, and it was going to be game one Tweety regardless.
Only had the one extra offensive bar. So make the one hit confirm count.
I really like his jump, his air to air counters, I should say. I like that a lot from Tweety. Again, he's got this character in Garrus who has so much grounded control, but has to play these matchups versus very airborne characters. And, you know, question is, how do you make that work? We've seen that in his last 2 matchups that he's been able to make that work. He did that same thing, same idea, versus Kerbalicious. Forward 3S and anti-air, we saw that here. We saw that last time too. And when he's up close, he makes things count. He's rarely going for big risks. The biggest risk that he takes is the hop. Other than that, occasionally, I guess we'll see 1-1 sand trap, right? But that's not so common.
Hijinx is thinking.
Jackie Briggs.
Not about the character, though, it seems like.
Back in there with Jackie Briggs.
So once again, this is loser semifinals. Loser of this will be eliminated, but not without leaving with a lot of points. Good week for all these players who are remain in the bracket. Elbow drop. Another one. The wake up jump is going to be good. Tweety. Fishing for the breakaway, no doubt about it. There it is.
KB in round 1. Ouch. Bonkers damage. That was half of that character's life just about. And that's all of it. What a fast round 1.
Wow, what a sick
once
taunt.
he got things going.
Round 2.
Yeah, that was cool.
Fight.
That surfer. But man, he was so right with the meaties. Out Hijinx quite a bit. Ooh!
Challenge out of Tweety. Love it.
No fear from this man.
Here's that range. We saw him play, yes, in the same way versus Kerbalicious at this max range, distance game, catching landing frames.
One sand trap, was on hit as well. It's gonna be almost even. He's still in that blue stuff.
What? What? I knew that down one was good. I didn't know it was that good.
Hitting all over the place. Tweety.
That's what I'm talking about. That was so sick.
Up 2-2-0 against Hijinx.
What awareness too, honestly. Like, a bit of a wild moment, but extremely good awareness by Tweety to not get caught off guard by the fact that that was some bizarro stuff, right? He was absolutely ready for exactly what he needed to do.
I've only seen that before.
He down-wanted from behind. That was so sick.
But even getting that anti-air in the first place. Not easy against Jackie, man. Leaping all over the place. So what's it gonna be? Where are we going? Who's he betting his tournament life on?
Tweety, of course, stuck on Jarrus. I think that Hijinx is gonna go back to Jackie Briggs here. I think if I had to guess, that's gonna be his call. Show me. Would you go to upgraded? Good old fashioned.
He's thinking.
He is thinking.
20 seconds on the clock.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be Jackie Briggs after all.
Sea of blood.
And that's what we expect. No big surprise right there between these two. Man, I'm still thinking about the down one from behind. That was so cool.
And he was ready for it. Tweety, man. That's Hijinx habits. Oh, what a start, man.
What harassment! And actually ready for the tech was Hijinx. That is nice. Okay, stealing a turn, walking way forward. And after a few challenges, it's Tweety who comes out on top. He's got pressure in the corner, and Hijinx is in trouble. Oh! Throwing him into the fish's mouth. That is match point for Tweety. CGL Tweety looking so good. We said right at the start of the show, he is somebody who has been killing it lately. He still is.
Hold on a minute though. This is Hijinx. Not out of it just yet. Sand crash. No, not there. Wow, that was so smart to down in the entirety of the string. Getting out of danger.
A lot of characters would be in trouble if they dialed in the whole string like that, but Geras moves forward so far on a couple of his strings. That makes a lot of sense. Some mix-ups. We got Hijinx. Gotta get back in though.
Way more aggressive Tweety, man, than we've seen game one.
Oh, maybe missed out the string. Didn't believe it!
Man, Hijinx seems frozen.
Yeah, I'll say finally some movement from him. And it's defense from Tweety. Just hanging out. They both have the fatal. It's a big throw on each side.
Time as well, David. Time.
Had enough sport.
14 seconds on the clock. Woo! Yeah, I mean, that is just unfortunate, man.
Tweety, what a call! Yeah, I mean, he's just so ready for all of this. And he's gonna take it 3-0 versus Hijinx, who had, keep in mind, 2 straight weeks of being 3rd place overall. Not gonna happen. He's gonna miss it by a mile. Only 4th place this time. Congrats to the Hijinx for, again, making a deep, deep run. This is somebody who is coming into today really high up in points. 4th place overall in points. And he'll be probably moving up even a little bit more. So he, again, had a good weekend, but Tweety just continues to look so strong. I mean, again, Ludi, Hayate, Forever King, Deadly Rebel, that was all before top 8. And then so far in top 8, it's been him beating Perfect Legend and Kerbo and Hijinx. This is a huge list of bodies for Tweety to get through, and he's still doing it.
Doing very well for himself and already guaranteeing himself 3rd place, which is 230 points, man. Let's not forget, Tweety coming into this with 20 points, right, which is crazy to think. Adding 230 points to his standing just like that and finding himself in top 3 already, having to take on Biohazard next, which we shall be seeing in just a teeny bit. But before we head into the next set of matches, let's give a quick shout out to the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition merch store. Go ahead and browse through apparel and crazy sick looking Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition gear. Head over to amazon.com/Mortal Kombat to grab your and your region t-shirts, some gear for your smartphone. Go ahead, check it out and support the Pro Competition. But as I say that, we shall be having 2 more sets, 3 in case of a reset. Next we have the losers finals. It's going to be Biohazard taking on Tweety, and whoever wins that faces I'm Big Daddy G, who was having probably the tournament of his life, especially for someone who's saying, what was his quotes? I'm just trying to show that it's possible to make top 8 with Sonya. Well, make that top 2 looking very good. We shall see him in a just teeny bit as well. Let's quickly get a refresher. We shall be back with more Mortal Kombat 11 action in just a bit.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app, filter by type, and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation.
Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.
And a very warm welcome back to the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition here at the North American League. NA East Week 5. We are very well into the tournament as we have 2 more sets on the way. I'm Mitsu Owens, joined once again by Ultra David.
That's right. We have some great matches coming up. The first one that we have, checking out the brackets here, is going to be Biohazard versus Tweety. This is a run back from just recent times. Not too long ago in Champion of the Realms, it was them in Grand Finals. Biohazard was starting out in winners, if I recall correctly, and Tweety had to reset the bracket and then win the final set, which he did. Ended up taking the whole thing. And then at the We Play event, the Friday night events that they're doing, these guys also had an exhibition against each other, and Biohazard took that. So there's been a little bit of back and forth lately between 2 players who I honestly think are among the hottest players that we have in the NRS scene right now.
Shall be seeing how this turns out just a teeny bit. Once again, I can't stress that enough. Tweety coming in as the last seed, man, with 20 points, 38th in the seeding, but just like that, booking himself a 3rd place. At least, I mean, who knows where he ends up by the end of the tournament. At least 230 points to his standing. All of a sudden, he's, I think, definitely in top 16. All you have to reach to make the regional finals. Once again, to play for $10,000, man, in just a matter of, what, 1.5 months? I'm not quite sure about the date, but not far away when it comes to that $10,000, man. Let's see how this one plays out. And you said that it's quite the rivalry, back and forth to a certain extent. Biohazard taking that exhibition set, yes indeed, but when it came to the nitty-gritty, Tweety having the upper hand. Let's see if a repeat will happen between these 2.
Well,
both definitely... Go ahead.
It was cool to see in that rematch that they had in the We Play event how Biohazard changed how he played. There were more back ones. There was more of a kind of rangy play for him. He used that to evade things. He used it to evade jump-ins. He used it to evade up 2 at least once, which was really cool. I really liked seeing all the tech that he had, so I'm absolutely expecting for Tweety to come back here now and have thought about it more and have game planned more, and I'm looking for him to make counter adaptations. These are 2 levels of players who are going to be able to do that, right? That's why you become so strong. You're able to make those identifications of what areas you need to work on, and then actually how to do it, and then actually to do it in a match. They've both done it many times. I'm interested to see what Tweety has to say next as we start the losers finals of NA East number 5.
Here it is. Tweety taking on rivalry or rival Biohazard. It's going to be Jarrus versus Kano.
Man, his forward 3s are so good. I feel like he begins an anti-air like 10 frames, 20 frames before he even needs it.
It's good, man. It's good.
Well, we were wondering what Tweety's change would be. Right now, it is super offensive, but Biohazard makes the big read.
I don't know about spending the crushing blow just yet. Not even close to a comeback.
Yeah, it did not work out, that's for sure. It's not something you get terribly often.
Right.
But, yeah, I understand that.
Block on the low. Tweety. It's a forward throw. Throw loops. Vintage Jarrus.
Well, now you're not worried about the down 2 KB, right? But for Tweety, a lot of times the mix-ups have actually not been grab, it's been short hop. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about with how he uses the back one? I like that a lot.
What an anti-air. Wow. 1-1.
Hit confirmed for Bio. Oh no, a drop, a very rare drop.
Oh,
has been
that is
slow.
game.
Gotta think that's it.
That is game.
So a lot of offense from Tweety. A lot of pressure. Very intently forward moving. A lot of forward 3s when he wasn't in range. So clearly it seems to me like the idea for him is force the issue. Get in there, believe in your mix-ups. And look, that way you're not getting mixed up on. Obviously, in this game, you can go from being on offense to being on defense like really quickly. But still, that seems to have worked out for him in the end, at least in game number
1. Biohazard, who's currently 6th in the standing with 360 points. And he will end up quite high in the standing, adding at least 230 points to those 360 points. He's looking very good to make the regional finals. But he still has Tweety in front of him. Let's see how he deals. It's a guy with this rivalry.
Yeah, what I like about it too is that it's not the kind of thing where the players are antagonistic against each other at all, right? But instead, it's just that they are two really strong players who have happened to get matched up a lot lately, and that means that we get a chance to see them go back and forth.
No bad blood here being spilled.
Plenty of blood, but not that good.
Right.
Again, you see what I mean? Tweety really offensive here. I was just about to mention how often he was grabbing. Yeah, grabbing.
Okay.
I had read the same thing. Can he pick it up? Of course! Yeah.
Back-to-back knee, man. Tweety. No fear.
In a sense, those are not as risky as a grab because you're not risking down 2 KB. It's not going to happen anymore in this game anyway, but I do think that's an interesting perspective.
Finally getting the back 3. This might be the first back 3 crushing blow all day. And a flawless. Woo! Who answered back? Biohazard.
And he had the command grab on the roll too. Yeah, he could have been. He was a big threat then. Dude, come on! He comboed the trade and the juggle. What a genius. However, Tweety just like that gets his turn. Both of them so intent on Paul's ball.
Breakaway wants none of it. Here is Tweety. The tricky stuff. The positioning as well, down 4. Watch the Kano ball. Watch the Kano ball. Land roll, perhaps?
Because of the threat of Kano ball, Biohazard was able to get this corner. Right? Tweety's so worried about it. However,
the empty jump in 1-1, David.
Yeah, breakaway, but Bio didn't get into that, so this probably won't kill.
Yeah, hold on a minute.
Oh, will it kill actually? Oh my god, it did!
Oh. It was enough. 1-1 straight into fatal blow. Actually, by bet spikes, right. Bit of spikes into fatal blow, no breakaway. Still was enough. Tweety is looking good, man. He's looking really good. Needs one more.
That's all he needs to get into grand finals here. Yep, and when they played, I just looked it up. And when they played it, the We Play Ultimate Weekend Brawl, which was just a couple of weeks ago, I want to say it's early March. Biohazard won it 3-1. And before Champion of the Realms, it was Tweety winning 2 sets in grand finals versus Biohazard. So there's really has been this back and forth. Interesting to see players at this level have that kind of swing. But again, it's not a big surprise. When you lose a match, you are more likely to look up how to deal with it next time, right? It's more of a topic on your mind. Whereas the person who won, they have to kind of guess what the counter adaptations will be. It's a little bit tougher, in fact. And we are seeing that swing here as Tweety comes into this 2 games up. Yes. Specific call out too. It wasn't jump kick, it was the splash.
There it is again. Rushing blow back 3. Even the damage over time, man. Yeah, and the Kano ball to seal the deal. Biohazard looking alive and well. I need so much more to stay alive in this losers finals, to bring it back in this losers finals.
Okay, well, Tweety, just like that with the 342. And directly in there as well, Bastard trying to be active some way on Wake Up. No.
Oh, he had the right read.
No offensive bar here, but that's okay. Tweety.
All Tweety.
Only needs one more hit or one grab even at this point, but no, Biohazard comes back to life. And he now is 2 hits away depending on what they are. Maybe 1 if it's the right one. What's her name? The frightened play though.
The range on the back one man.
Right, just the reset. Reset of situation.
Cannonball?
Too far! No, we punish! Come back, grab! It's not gonna be enough, but it'll be close. One more hit, one more grab!
Wow!
Imagine the
Knife
guts
toss.
of playing against Tweety, and he's got Geras, and Geras has Fatal Blow, and you back off, you throw knives? What guts? But it was right! And just like that, it is now 2-1 for Tweety. He's up, but Biohazard's coming back to life.
Very smart play. Very brave play. But again, man, Biohazard is not one to be shot to press a button, that's for sure.
Two players who I just love to watch. Really, like both of these players to me are 2 of the absolute best at one thing we've mentioned a lot tonight. That's their conversions. Regardless of how funky a situation is, some weird air juggle happens, they're ready for it. They've been there before, or they're just aware enough to be able to be ready for it and get significant damage out of it. I'm always impressed at seeing how strong players are at that, and these are honestly 2 of the best at it.
Starts with the sand trap. Magic button, man. 4-3. Chase down. That one. No breakaway this time. Drop though.
Strange, but we have seen it a couple of times so far here from Bio.
Knee.
Oh, he was calling up.
The tricky stuff, yeah. Good confirm with the 4-2. Just putting Tweety match points to eliminate Biohazard. One more.
He called that out specifically. He put the close sand trap in there because he knew that's what was going to happen. Again, Tweety called
Smart stuff. Too short. Wow, squeeze that 4-2 in there in between. Temporal advantage. This is Geras. Look at that damage, man. What a confirm. Clean 400.
I have big trouble. Okay, and he understands it, hence bringing out the zaniness, and the bleed's gonna be there too.
Let's make something happen.
Even Chip, he tries it again. Why not at this point?
Let's go, Bio. Do you have it in you? Swing.
Not gonna happen. As Tweety takes it 3-1. The same score that Biohazard beat Tweety at the We Play. It's the same score that we see here. The friendship comes out from Tweety, who has made it through, honestly, an amazing list of players to get into Grand Finals versus I'm Big Daddy G. So just to run through them for you again, Ludi, Hayate, Forever King, Deadly Rebel, which was the run back as well. That's who sent him to losers in the first place. And then in this top 8, it has been him versus Perfect Legend, versus Kerbolicious, versus Hijinx, versus Biohazard. What a list of players to get through in a single tournament. Only one person between him and the big tournament win now, and that is I'm Big Daddy G. But we've said this too. I'm Big Daddy G has looked fantastic today. He himself is also playing extremely well. It's going to be a tough match for either way.
This is going to be a good week regardless for Tweety. Once again, I can't stress this enough. Coming in with 20 points, getting at least 260 points, finishing second place, man. And just like that, well into top 16, which guarantees a spot at the regional finals to play for $10,000 at the end of the pro competition. Looking very good is Tweety as we take a look at the bracket to see how the tournament has been unfolding. That is the way Tweety had to go through, man. Through Perfect Legend, through Kerbalicious, through Hijinx, and now through Biohazard. And that is the top 8 alone. You talked about who he else had to go through, man. And all of this through losers. Tweety is looking really, really good. But again, man, I'm Big Daddy G having that safety cushion being in grand finals coming from winners. So let's see how this match will play out. But before we get into the match, let's quickly give a big thank you to Astro Gaming, the official audio partner. What you hear is from the official audio partner, Astro Gaming Gear. Visit astrogaming.com to find more information on their official licensed PlayStation audio products available now. But here we go. Grand Finals of NA East, Week 5, the North American League. It's going to be Tweety taking on I'm Big Daddy G. It's going to be Jairus versus Sonya.
I feel like I'm in the year 2019. This is May 2019. Yeah. Jairus versus Sonya.
Right.
Cool though. I mean, this is great to see. It's awesome to see Sonya up here. We just don't see her as often as we used to. But Big Daddy's been killing it with her. I mean, really, like you were talking about it. He's been very, very impressive tonight. Big part of this too for Tweety is not just that he's ready in so many other ways, but his movement has been so key. Even just staying away in this kind of fashion here, that might look to you like he's doing nothing, but he's trying to pick very specific spots, very specific timings, and if they're not what he likes, then he's gonna back off, just like this, until he can find something more comfortable. There it is, right? I just love that he's so aware of those situations. Punish! Oh, I don't know if he could have, but it would have been close.
The down one in. They squeezed the down one in. Wake up down one though. There it is. That is what he was looking for. Tweety striking for his blood here. The grand finals.
Round 2. Fight.
There he is on the other side of the screen, just playing patiently. Calling out the movement at just the right time. This means he earns some pressure. Oh!
Tricky stuff. A Big Daddy G wants none of it.
Okay, he's gone for the throw there a lot. This time, the different side of it. Here, no!
The cancel?
Drop that, I guess.
Escape failed. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Of course he's swinging. Nothing to lose.
I like the idea of doing up 3 there as well. That makes a lot of sense.
Final.
All he needed was that last little hit. Just get the invul. So, Tweety finding the opportunity for himself. Getting some damage. Getting a lot of damage, actually.
A lot of damage, yeah. Look at that confirm, man. What is that, 40? Clean.
More than 40 versus this 950 character.
That's just bullying. Lock on the overhead. Another one. Versatile grab.
You know,
I'm Big Daddy
so many
G.
opportunities here. Oh. He's gonna have corner
available.
Break over here next. Wow, it seemed like he wanted to outrange that before she 2 came. And you just never know whether Tweety's gonna complete that string.
Exactly.
He steals so many turns on the basis of that. It's not like a brand new idea, but he's making that work out extremely well today.
Four, 3, 4, 3, 2. I feel like 4-3 has been Tweety's magic button tonight.
That game has like vacuumed in jump attacks on it. Like, it's wild how successful. It again, not a new idea to use 4-3 as anti-air for Gears, but he's just been so extremely spot on with the timings and placements of it as anti-air or as oftentimes on the ground too.
Stand down.
Coliseum Beast Pen.
So the question is, what does I'm Big Daddy G do? You know, what are the changes on his side gonna be? It seemed like he was doing a lot of the stuff that he did successfully before, but Tweety finding more opportunities, getting more damage, outranging a lot of the times. He controlled with Sand Trap pretty well versus Ring from far. Oh, calling out a backdash that was Tweety at the start. No.
There it is again. Let's go with the grab after that. Dash cancel. System with the flawless blocks. I like it.
Oh, beautiful. There it is. Tweety, though, very much alive. Oh, and he's going to spend it in this round. Okay, so he's intent on taking this thing.
No, punish with grab.
Okay.
Not gonna matter. Not gonna matter.
No discipline.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, interesting to see Tweety spend that KD. A little bit of tentative.
Late grab.
Ooh, okay, Tweety blocking just in case there. What? Did it work? I can't believe it. That was so sick. If on purpose, most Galaxy brain read I've seen all night. And I've seen some big ones tonight. I'm gonna say it was on purpose because that'd be so sick if it was.
It was just a fantastic play. It worked out so well, man.
Out of time.
But hold on a minute, man.
Oh.
I mean, so many risks here. 4-3, 4-2, a grab, sand trap, fatal blow. What's it gonna be? The string. Hold on a minute. Super even. Watch the sand trap.
Yeah, sand trap and fatal blow. Dashing into fatal blow range. There was Tweety. No.
Out of all things, Ultra David.
What was the thing he was looking for there? Was he looking specifically for like 4-3, 4-2? I don't know. It was too far away to connect by itself. He needed something for Tweety to move forward. Wow. Gone back to the well on that side one too many times.
Surprised he opted to go with the grab again. Daddy G walking on the door for the equalizer. Leaves him standing. Wow. Ooh. Good block on the sand trap.
Alright, let's go. MCG, I'm Big Daddy G. Taking the second game. What a close set. This is cool. Great to watch.
You have a set. That's for sure.
And that was even while we did see some significant defensive reads out of Tweety. Down 2 after the dash cancel into grab, that kind of thing. Like, he was willing to take some of those risks.
Gears, Sonya.
And I still wonder, too, what the idea was for Big Daddy G to do that fatal blow that he did. If even on purpose, I mean, I guess I don't know.
Maybe trying to dash in, bait out a fatal blow from Tweety and trying to break the armor with his fatal blow.
That would be super sick if so.
Maybe, man. That's a reach.
Well, I'm still going to say that he did the up special on purpose because that was super cool.
Let's give him that.
Absolutely.
ring cancel, man.
Ooh! I think that may be the
Spacing.
first time we've seen that. That was great.
Yeah, good baits on the flawless block. The levels, man.
Ooh, punish us there. Tweety takes his turn. Ah, the little stare down. Tweety's the first one to. Whoa!
Oh!
The extra layer. You were talking about layers before. Let's talk about an even deeper one. It's not quite enough. Oh.
No discipline.
Don't get into jumping range against a fatal slow-loaded Jerris, man. That is dangerous stuff right there. Could have been disastrous. Out of range.
There's a side switch into some corner pressure. Wanted corner pressure anyway, just like that. He's got the corner. Okay! The drop, though, what's still important?
So unfortunate, man. He had the read, had the execution, but the drop. He makes it count. One stagger.
Okay! Sometimes you gotta do the mix-ups. Let me see the mix-ups.
False hook. One stagger. And the grab. Wow, that was so risky. No fear from Tweety. One apiece. One round each. Very close set, man. Good blocks on those sand traps. Getting a hatch on as well.
I really like this
you're playing with
jump back.
fire.
The jump back is really cool. Okay. Wake up forward 3?
No fear.
Absolutely no fear. Never heard of fear. Wake up forward 3.
Ouch. 44%, man. Stagger into grab. Was ready with the cancel as well, man. That is not an easy cancel, especially mid-screen. Wake up 1-1-1 though.
Looking for breakaway with a call at Big Daddy G. Maybe gets offense. No, it just like takes it away. It's 2 games to 1. It's DGL Tweety up on MCG. I'm Big Daddy G. Keep in mind that Big Daddy G comes into this on the winner's side. So Tweety has to win 2 sets of 3 out of 5. It's a lot of work, but he looks like he can do it.
What a grand finals, man.
The guts
It's
of Tweety in a lot of these
over.
situations. You were talking about him doing wake up, or doing down 2 underneath the grab. He did wake up forward 3. He did wake up 1-1. Like, he is willing to take these risks. When he finds a hit, he's doing 300 to 400 damage.
Stand down.
When Big Daddy G finds a hit outside of a KB, outside of a corner situation, it is just not that much. You know, it's oftentimes under 200. I mean, when he finds a hit, so there is a difference in damage differential in a lot of these situations that you can really see coming into play. And if you're the one who has more damage, then you can afford to take a little bit more risk because the upside is there for you in a way that's not for the opponent. Although that said, these risks that we're seeing Tweety make, the grab, the hop 3, not a lot of damage on that, but he has really made that stuff pay off. Oh! Was that
What?
Interrupt the gauntlet? That was amazing.
Yeah.
Fail, adapt,
Just like that, David. Tweety is on reset point.
Fight.
right on through. It's
Perfect timing. Have a little advantage as well.
Ah!
It wasn't even over, man. And it wasn't even over. Unfortunate breakaway for I'm Big Daddy G. Hold on a minute. Gets a big launcher. Breakaway coming through for Tweety.
Got around the mix-up, so it looks like that's what the idea is. Yes, overhead. Okay. A little bit at a time here and there. Okay, it interrupts. Yes, the pressure's over. But I like that sequence from Big Daddy. We haven't seen that too often.
So scary, man. So scary to press a button. Get some loaded Jerris. What's it gonna be? What's the play? Wake up roll. 3 throws back to back to back. 6% left.
Jumping. Oh, what a risk. What a huge risk.
That was
okay,
so
baited it up. So you got 10 seconds now.
The cage,
Take
the cage.
Control. That's
the cage for Chip.
He's thinking about it? Nope. Tweety just wants to run out of the time a little bit. Yes, Fatal Blow's back now.
Oh,
the
jump.
Big Daddy. What timing to jump forward versus Tweety at that point. Now, I guess there wasn't enough life to even absorb the kick.
On hit. Give me that neck.
Okay, Tweety finds it. Breakaway, of course, right away.
Flawless block. It's still doable. I'm Big Daddy G is looking good, man. But watch that fatal blow. There is no breakaway. Make this count. And he does. It is going to be 2 apiece in this grand finals, man.
Awesome set between these two, really back and
Right?
forth. Yeah. And interesting to see too, not just back and forth in terms of who's winning, but in terms of what the strategies they're going for are. We've seen some extended series here in this set where Big Daddy is kind of playing a rangy game. He's trying to maybe whiff punish, you know, he's not taking risks up close. He's just doing mids or whatever. He's not really taking risks. And then there's also times when he brings out the back 1-2, he brings out the low, he brings out grab. Like he is taking risks all of a sudden. And it's the same kind of idea for Tweety. Tweety too is going through this kind of swing heavy play of sometimes really capitalizing, sometimes being very cautious. And for both of these players, it's hard to know what's coming up next. That's a big part of why we find ourselves 2-2 in grand finals, at least the first set of grand finals. If Big Daddy G takes this game right here, he will win this week's NA East. If Tweety takes it, we're gonna have another set. It's the caution. Okay, there's the overhead.
I mean, it's fitting, man. 2 of the lowest seeded players in the entirety of the pro competition. NA East. Facing each other in grand finals. What a story.
But you would never say that Tweety's somebody who should be low ranked, right? Like that would not be.
Right.
For break, it didn't come. What a read by Tweety. Ooh. Although blocking that actually might have been good for Tweety. Yes, fatal blow.
Wow.
Or not.
The jump back to avoid the 4-3.
These jump backs are dangerous too because Tweety has punished that. We've seen that before. Okay.
All of a sudden, super even.
Yeah, now if there's a chance for fatal blow, especially now, Tweety's very dangerous.
What's it gonna be?
Oh!
Wow!
It's match point. It's tournament point for SCG. I'm Big Daddy G, threatening to win this thing with Sonya.
After defending 2 reset points as well, man. It was gonna be a long night for him. It's gonna be gets the grab. I'm Big Daddy G is knocking on the door here. He's on the verge, especially with the cancel. Woo! The combo, David. Another grab, David!
Tweety on the end of his rope.
Ooh. No! Not in range with the punish as well. I'm Big Daddy G. He's your NA East Week 5 champion. Not that long the bracket resets. And closing in a session with a stage fatality.
What a match from Big Daddy G. Taking the whole thing with nobody but Sonya. Let me reiterate to you what his quote was before this top 8 began. He said, just excited to be here. And going to try to show people that it's possible for Sonya to make top 8s. Just got to work hard. Well, now we know that it's not just possible to make top 8s, but to win this tournament in probably the most stacked tournament region in the world, and to do it without getting reset even, and to do it against Tweety, a fantastic, extremely high-level player, and to beat, he had quite a list of players himself, getting through Kerbalicious at the beginning of this top 8. Let's take a look at the bracket. We'll just run this thing down for you. And it was him versus Kerbalicious, him versus Biohazard, him versus Tweety. Those are 3 of the hottest, best players in the scene. And he made it through all 3 of them. And even before that, he had to beat Hayate and he had to beat Honeybee to make it into top 8 in the first place. Congrats to him on an extremely well-played weekend and a very well-deserved win.
This has been the tournament of his life, probably. I'm Big Daddy G. And just like that, has gotten, what, 360 points, I believe? 350 points for winning this tournament, putting himself well into top 8. Once again, can't stress this enough, to qualify for the regional finals at the end of the season to play for $10,000. If you are interested in that, and that sounds like a good deal to you, get involved with the PlayStation 4 tournaments as well. The presenting partner is PS4 Tournaments. Check out the PS4 Tournament Open Series. PS4 tournaments are weekly competitions for all skill levels. Doesn't matter if you just played or are a veteran. Go ahead and visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center, the one destination for all the Mortal Kombat content and all the goodness. Go ahead and compete at compete.playstation.com and sign in with your PSN ID. You'll see the tournament matches, the leaderboards, your next set of matches. It's very easy, very accessible. So a big thank you to them.
Yeah, fantastic NA East, as always. That's not the only thing that we have for y'all today. We also have North America West, which has its own stacked top 8 too. Please watch that. As far as what we're doing now, thanks a lot, Mitsu. Appreciate commentary with you as always, and thanks to everybody else for watching NA East week number 5.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation.
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app, filter by type, and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation. Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.